Hello everybody and welcome to this first game in this best of 3 series. We are in the lower brackets and at this point everybody here is earning money. There is a lot to play for and even if you find yourself in the lower brackets at this time, you still have a route to the grand final. And the winner of the lower finals, which will be next weekend, could still get into the grand finals. And these two players have both shown that they have every potential to do that. And right now on the west side of Nexus, playing as USF, already picking Mechanized Company, we have Luvnest. And he's going to be up against a formidable opponent. It is DevM from the east, playing OKW, and has also locked in his commander straight away as Breakthrough Doctrine. And this is going to be a really interesting series. I will be casting, hopefully I will be casting the rest of this with Tightrope. He is in New Zealand. He isn't actually awake at this time, so we couldn't get a delay from the players, and so he will be hopefully joining me for game 2. But just so you guys have something to get excited for. Some of you may have noticed this is a rematch in this tournament. So actually yesterday I was casting the exact same matchup with AE on the Relic Entertainment channel, and we actually had Luvnest playing Soviets as a really cool new counter to the COH2 doctrine, which DevM did play. And in that series, DevM playing COH2 twice did actually win that series. But the way this tournament has gone, lots of twists and turns. Now both players finding each other again in the low bracket. It's a grudge match. And that's pretty interesting. So let's have a look at the OKW strategy here. I've had the pleasure of talking with a lot of players who have been scrimming privately during this event, like kind of pre-learning what some of their strategies were going to be. I'll have to say, I did not speak to DevM about an OKW strategy, so this is going to be news to me. No surprises here from Luvnest though, Mechanized, and he's gone for the WC51 already. It's obviously just helping him to cap in the early game while Riflemen try to take some forward positions. WC51, I think we're just seeing the weapon be upgraded at the moment. Right now it's just coming in to move models around, I think. Maybe try to move them outside of the capture point. Not particularly effective there though. At the start of this game, DevM has gone for double fuel, which is a really potent lead for Axis to get early on in the game. I can expect that DevM is going to be playing Mechanized Regiment, and that would allow him to bring out some serious light vehicles to contend with things like the Stuart, which typically come out of this Mechanized build. We're just seeing for the first time DevM building his Panzer Fusiliers. And at the start of the game, I did see someone asking why no Panzer Fusiliers at the start. Actually, I think that's just because they're a little more costly. Let me show you. These are the 270. Volks Grenadiers are 260. It's a small amount of manpower, but it does mean you can get more to the field quicker. And as the Volks Grenadiers come out of the base building and not from off map, it's, time is everything in top level 1v1. Here's that supply half track. We're expecting that to go mechanized, but I'm not sure. I'll wait until it happens. You did see as well, DevM was trying to plant mines there in the northern territories, and he was spotted by Luvnest. I really enjoy watching this early game between top players. Especially here actually from Luvnest, because we're watching someone who is, I think, arguably on the back foot at the start of the game. And, he's got a lot of work to do here. He's managed to take fuel in the north. Cavalry Riflemen are going to be essential at just driving those front lines. Hopefully then the WC51, any of the Riflemen are just going to be able to take shots at range whilst this unit causes some chaos. Perhaps an unnecessary Faust there taken by Luvnest, but he fears nothing in the center right now. Let's have a quick look. In DevM's base, he did in fact go for the mechanized regiment, and you'll see it right now. That double fuel lead at the start, essential in giving him a huge fuel lead. He could actually bring out the Puma like almost immediately. He's not going to go for the Luke, so we'll see what's happening there. That's a really good start, though. I mean, actually, if he'd already begun building that light vehicle, that puts him in a really, really good place for the game. Priority right now, I think, for him is just getting all of his units healed up. He's been making use of medical supplies from the Sturm Pioneers, which is really good because actually he's going to be able to heal all of his squads like that in one go, just using one of the medical crates when he's back in base. DevM's decided he wants control of the north. He's really, really hitting that hard right now. Stuart in the build for Luvnest. Just no surprises here at the moment. No surprises at all. And I think we're also going to be expecting to see some weapons rack upgrades coming in soon. That'll allow the infantry to be a bit more effective pushing these Volksgrenadiers around. But what timing. Actually, just looking at DevM right now, the Puma is going to arrive before the Stuart. I think that's excellent timing. And the fact that that Puma isn't going to reveal itself before the Stuart is built, there's no chance for Luvnest to change strategy at the moment. Here it comes. WC-51 still being really, really annoying. Bit of a funky situation right now. Luvnest looks like he's got pretty good map control. Started to establish himself. It's DevM, I think, with these big retreats. He's been clumped up. He's having to retreat a lot in one go. That's allowing Luvnest to take large parts of the map. Of course, his vehicles, are also really effective here at map control because he can just hop out of the vehicle and cap when it's necessary. So DevM's going to have to start being careful here. We're expecting the machine gun. I see he's actually building it at the moment. This is a really key unit for DevM. This signals to me that he is looking to start locking down the map. You need the machine gun to do that. Here's the WC-51 capping points, like we just said. I do just want to say again, like both of these players have shown in this event so far, they definitely have the potential, the skill, the knowledge to win this championship. And it's still possible for one of these two players to do so. So I guess what's interesting here, DevM is a very, very good USF player. In fact, he's been doing something really special with USF recently. He's snowballing that faction. This is it. Oh, that's so beautiful, so beautiful. There was a snare attempted there on the Puma. He deliberately drove into the squad to try and kill it, but the Puma is going to go down to a very well-placed Stuart. There was no counter Faust there as well. DevM's reaching for the Raketten. He did not want to go in for another light vehicle. That's beautiful play from the cavalry rifleman there. Great. Just seizing the moment. But just as we were saying, DevM, such a good USF player, and he's been playing the USF mechanized build. He used it to defeat Luvnest in the games yesterday when they were in the upper finals against each other. And so actually, when we're looking at DevM playing OKW, I'm thinking DevM's going to know the weaknesses to this build. He's going to know where it hurts, and hopefully we're going to see DevM push all of those buttons in this game. It's important to note too, like, DevM going breakthrough here, aside from that late game, which I'm sure we're not going to see, does have an option for breakthrough tactics. So when he wants to get back on the map and capture territory quickly, or he needs to just rush up the front lines and deny so much territory from Luvnest, he's gonna have really good abilities to do that. Again, another huge retreat for DevM here. Luvnest is so good at pushing him off the field. I don't think we've seen any mines yet from DevM. So the light vehicle play from Luvnest has just been superior. He's just been able to go north and south with the Stuart at leisure. So sad. Have a little look at the match stats here. Fairly even game right from the start. And DevM only falling down a little bit because of the Puma. It's a great hit from the Raketten and the WC-51. And Stuart, I think, also, even with the rifleman there, confident enough to go forwards. He also doesn't need to right now. Luvnest has had really good control of the VPs. He's also attempting to get on the VP in the south. Now, I may be wrong, but I definitely saw DevM building a second MG34 before. Now, maybe he cancelled it, or I didn't see him lose it. By the way, he's just gone for the second one now. It's a very important unit, again, just to keep him with that map control. He at least wants to keep hold of one of those fuel points so that he can get enough fuel for his late game. I think, having actually looked at the game so far, we're definitely going into a late game. That's a beautiful hit from the Raketten. Luvnest there had just popped out. I think he was trying to get quick repairs. Raketten takes down the Stuart. That's great play. And there was a Faust from the Volksgrenadiers on the WC-51. DevM has absolutely caught Luvnest with his pants down here. He just needs that vision. And he just didn't have it there. Volksgrenadiers, it's a sensible decision to retreat, actually leave that WC-51 because it's a long way back to base. Not a favorable retreat path. And that's good game sense from DevM. I know a lot of players would have attempted to run forward there and try to get that kill on the WC-51, but no arguing. DevM won that engagement. See tier 4 here. Just popping for DevM. Luvnest trying to make those flanks happen right now. I want to see these Volksgrenadiers and Panzerfusiliers perhaps go up to help defend here. There are no grenades from Luvnest, so actually that machine gun perhaps could have stayed there a little bit longer. But look at the map control from Luvnest right now. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's trying to hit all of the soft spots of the front lines.
The enemy has cut our supply chain. Command Hauptraum has been converted into the headquarters building.
G34 down. There are plenty of units to go and recrew that. That is not good for DevM. Not good at all. And a lot of the time actually he's going to lack the smoke or the indirect fire to deal with those machine guns. He's going to have to flank hard now to get around those. It's funny just to watch the map completely change sides like that. We were looking at DevM in the north just 5 minutes ago. It's blue in the north, red in the south now. This is exactly what we need to see from DevM if he's going to get on top of the 50 cal. I think that one is the 50 cal. I don't think that's a stolen one. Luvnest has a serious amount of manpower right now though, which he doesn't seem to be spending. I'm guessing he's actually just waiting to bring out his first vehicle. We know the Major's been teched already. I'm expecting to see a Sherman. And I think DevM is too. That's why he seems to be climbing for something like a Panther. But doesn't have to be, could be the Panzer IV. That is actually what he's going to go for. And this is actually not a bad decision because infantry are really bothering DevM right now. US infantry are going to be hard to deal with, plus they've taken one of his machine guns. The Panzer IV I think is actually a good choice from DevM. It will meet around the same time as the Sherman.
Commander abilities ready. Panzer IV deployed.
Such a crazy game, and actually it's such a thrill to watch both of these players play the way that they have been in this tournament so far. I say when we saw them yesterday, the games were intense. AE was saying we could have cast the game at half speed and still had loads to talk about. Perhaps couldn't even have covered everything. And I really don't disagree with him. That was a serious grenade there. Huge throw. However, Faust perhaps missed on the WC-51. Let's have a look at the Sherman here. It revealed itself. The Raketen could get a second shot. I don't know if that one connected. The Panzer IV, however, is just going to dive in here. And rightly so. Misses the shot. There's not going to be a snare from the lieutenant coming in here. There are riflemen trying to pop up again. Both shots have missed from the Panzer IV here. DevM doesn't want to lose this tank. It is not worth it. Meanwhile, in the south, DevM is trying to get control of fuel again because he's going to be climbing up, I think, to a Panther. Just denying Luvnest the ability to amass Shermans, maybe even pop a Jackson. This is actually some of the best I've seen DevM play for a long time. Actually, in some of the tournaments we've seen him in recently, he doesn't always bring like really good games. I'd actually argue sometimes even in GCS in the Grand Championship Series, he wasn't quite there. But actually, he has really trained for this event. He's come up with some really good strategies. He's been focusing on counters, and I love the fact that we see him playing loads of different factions right now. And where he was playing Osthupen before, I think that's what Luvnest may have expected. OKW's been a surprise. DevM there, he's going for the support package just to make sure he gets quicker repair time on his stern pioneers.
Jagdtigers have arrived on the front.
We just heard there, Jagdtigers have arrived on the front. I don't think we're going to see one. It would be quite special if we did. Not impossible.
What are your orders?
I don't think Luvnest has noticed this threat in the north yet. There we go. Luvnest there. I think he was trying to body block a little bit and just let it go.
We've received a field promotion. You're ready. And under fire! Panzer engaging! You're under fire! Hold on fire!
It's so nice, actually. I actually don't think we see this enough. If you look top left, top right now, there is just max veterancy on everything. Have we even seen a squad wipe yet? I don't think so. We've just seen major. It is an actual barrage, it's not the decoy. So artillery called down there, I think hoping to catch some Volksgrenadiers. That ain't gonna happen. DevM just prepares himself. You have another the Sherman 76mm coming in off map in the north. I wonder if that's a decision that Luvnest is going to regret, because if DevM does get the Panther and keeps that Panzer IV alive, then I think DevM will have the better build on the map currently. Let's see. I have a feeling we're going to see these Shermans dive in, and we could see the Panzer IV go down here. The Raketen is actually repositioning right now. This is a bad moment for DevM. The Fausts are there from the Panzer Fusiliers and the Volksgrenadiers. I think that's the saving factor. Raketen actually going to retreat. Doesn't want to stay around and get some more shots off. And beautiful smoke here, covering smoke from Luvnest from the Sherman tank. Luvnest, however, won the engagement long range in the north. DevM, another huge retreat back into his base. And again, you look at the map control. We've seen so many good engagements from DevM's side, yet when you look at map control, you just think Luvnest has great control in this. DevM is desperate not to give double fuel to Luvnest, but I think we're about to see it. Plus 39 for Luvnest on fuel income right now, and if you can just keep these vehicles alive, supplement it with something like a Jackson or even the 3rd Sherman, that's going to be a really difficult build for DevM to counter. We're approaching that time now where we could see that Panther come in. Like I said, we'd be very surprised if we do see Jagdtiger. It's not out of the question.
Prepare yourself. Ready. Relay orders.
Luvnest appears to have those Shermans on control group. Oh, it's so unfortunate. DevM there, he's just trying to get out of the cone of fire of the MG in the north. Now he's suppressed. He's going to take significant health damage from the rifleman there. You see the Shermans are actually coming up here to support. I don't know if they're going to risk it. Raketens are going off. 2 Raketens for DevM. And the entire battle is taking place in the north right now. There's the Panther. We just heard that come in for DevM. Couldn't come in at a better time, I think. DevM needs to jump on top of a fuel point right now. I think he thought Luvnest is down south. I'm going to go to the north. Luvnest is too mobile. Where is that Panther? There was a miss there. Health damage means I think there's a snare coming in from the rifleman. That's true. Panther, though, now has to go in and at least take down this Sherman. One shot, it misses. It's tough to watch.
Prepare for orders. We have fallen to 200 points.
Now, I think if you noticed there, DevM did actually lose his stern pioneers during that engagement. I think where they died, but unfortunately they did. DevM has to go in with more of those. It's so important to keep those tanks repaired, and as you can see, both of them snared at the moment. Luvnest is going to be going for the Jackson.
Pioneers reporting for duty.
I just don't think, I mean, when you talk about playing USF, to have this kind of infantry on the field, and then two 76mm Shermans and a Jackson, I am really, really keen to see how DevM is going to deal with this. I'm inclined to think that he isn't going to be able to. He's slipping almost below 150 VPs now. Luvnest still above the 400 threshold, so Luvnest clearly winning this game right now.
Sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
See, Panther there finally got its engines back, but here's the M36 Jackson. This one is going to cause real problems. DevM is already struggling to get past the infantry front line, and now he isn't even going to be able to dive with the Panther because of that Jackson. Both players take a quick tea break before they get on with the next engagement. I think vision there for the Sherman. There's that first shot from the Jackson. Look at this damage. I think DevM has just thought, wow, I've got to get a good position here. I've got to use the house as the sight blocker. Panther so good at just deflecting so many of those penetrating shots. Do we have the snare from Luvnest? Yes, we do. Is Luvnest going to try and capitalize on this? DevM is desperate. 75 VPs now. Luvnest, he's ready to flank, and you can see him doing it. DevM's got himself into a really bad spot in the north. Kettons are pushing forwards. They're going to try and get vision from the Panzer IV. Let's just put the vision on so we can see right now. DevM's just searching for it. There it is. Does not want to lose the Panzer IV though. Jackson's not in a good position. One of the Shermans goes down. Beautiful play from DevM. Essential. Absolutely essential that that went down at that moment. Now he's trying to get back. I think, is that the 50 cal? I don't think that's the MG34. I'm hoping he gets that. Actually, no, that is the MG34. DevM's going to get one of his MGs back. But just taking the north means absolutely nothing. He now has to dive on top of the center VP. Luvnest completely back in the base. Is going to give up a little bit of territory here. DevM has a lot of work to do to rescue this game. His opponent has 10 times the number of VPs as him. DevM's just getting into positions with the Raketenwerfers, cloaking both of them. And I think, did we just see mechanized regiment, yeah, they popped the repair pioneers actually. It's just a sign of the stress and the pressure that DevM is under right now. Panther's coming back into the field, and I think we might be seeing a flank here from the Volksgrenadiers. Needs to get out of that arc of fire. He's going to take green cover behind the destroyed WC-51. And DevM has managed to stop the count of VPs. Oh, look at this in the south, very cheeky. Taking advantage of some key moments where Luvnest just doesn't have presence in the south. Panzer IV not fully repaired. Again, it just tells you like how much pressure is DevM under right now. The fact that he is having to send his tanks out onto the field without even fully repairing them. He's got to get on top of the VPs. A quick neutralization in the south is key, but here he is diving onto the center now. I think, did we just see... It's another 76mm Sherman coming in. They just need to stop the Panzer IV getting on top of the infantry. Because now, as we just look at all that veterancy on the OKW infantry, they're actually performing really, really well against their counterparts now. DevM's got to be so on the ball with these victory points. Cannot let a single one drop. Everyone is precious. This has been a really tense game right from the start. Luvnest has been dominant. Just can't help feeling that DevM kind of has what he needs to get back in this, although he's about to lose one of it. I think we're seeing major artillery come down. Is it a decoy? No, it's actual artillery. The Raketen is not going to be able to be recruited here. Do we see activity from the 76mm Shermans? This is a good time for them to start diving in. Almost an excellent flank here on the MG34, but one model just inside. Luvnest is trying to destroy the Raketen. He's going to try force DevM to respend. DevM's fuel has been slowly building. You could go for double Panther. Look at this. This is... How is this happening? Again, just tells you everything you need to know about what both players are going through at the moment. There's that Jackson. Just trying to get the Raketen. It's not working. Actually, the way that DevM is right now, I was actually find it very worrying because he's about to lose the north. So he has to, absolutely has to, destroy this 76mm Sherman here in the south. He's managed to catch Luvnest once again with his pants down. A couple of rear armor shots here. Block with the Panzer IV. Can he get that last shot off? It's there, but the Panzer IV goes down to the Jackson. Where is this going? Oh, he's going to be so careful as a cavalry rifleman. Satchel could be the snare. This is an all-out dive. I think DevM has just thrown it. He's losing VPs in the north, VP in the center. Wow. That could have been both tanks going down at the same time. I think that Jackson is going to win this. It finishes off with a little bit of support from the lieutenant. I don't think DevM has got anything left in this anymore. He captures the south but loses a Raketen in the process. And because he's lost both of those tanks, he's going for a Panzer IV. He does not have anything now really to stand up against the Sherman and the Jackson combination. Doesn't even have a Raketen. There is 0 AT on the field right now. I really love that DevM is just sticking in this right until the end. Can we see a Faust here? Again, desperate. One model remains. Is it worth it? I don't know if that's worth it. This could be GG here. fact that it isn't tells me,
Panzer IV, ready for action.
actually, I don't know what it tells me. I was going to say he's got some staying power, but this is madness. He was already losing engagements with the army he had. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do with 24 VPs and 1 Panzer IV. What a great game, though, from Luvnest to this point. Again, you look at the top left. I don't know that we've seen Luvnest lose a squad. I know he's lost a machine gun, and I think that one was recaptured. Whether you want to count that or not, I don't know. But in terms of infantry, amazing game. Impeccable game. Oh, there's a little pickup. I don't know it's going to be nearly enough as the 76mm gets him on the retreat path. DevM knows it. Game 1 goes to Luvnest. Another fantastic game 1 and another best of 3 series between these two players. GG, well played. All right, we are back, and if any of you guys, of course, haven't noticed, I'm sure you did notice, my co-caster Tightrope, it was 5 AM for him when these games started, so I'm just going to have a quick check to see if he is here, and then we'll get back on into one of the other games. I would like to bring Tightrope in, so if I have to wait a little bit of time, I've asked the players to try and delay their game 2 as much as possible so we can do that, but I will just check. And whilst everyone is here at the moment, let's just have a little look at the brackets for this event. So if you guys haven't been following, this has been one hell of an event so far. And I have to really say, A mentioned this yesterday. He said, you know, out of the top 16 seeds, he said the top 8 made it to the quarterfinals. He's absolutely right. And it's a credit to the excellent seeding that A does tournament after tournament. He predicted it. And there it was, but we move into today on the Sunday games, and I don't know anyone could have predicted. We saw, you know, Luvnest and DevM playing in the upper brackets 11, and now we're seeing them again in the lower brackets. I just think that's brilliant. You know, it's the grudge match within the tournament, which is fantastic. And I want to point out, everybody at the moment is earning money at this point in the tournament. These two players still have a chance to actually get into the grand finals. So you can see here that in the lower finals taking place next Saturday, the winner of this will go into the grand finals. And so there's still a chance for these two players to get that far. And that is why these games right now, they're not even just crucial to earn more money. They're not even just crucial because it's a cool thing to do, to be a big name in the community. They're playing because there's $10,000 still on the line for these players. And that is absolutely awesome. So, by the way, it's nice to see everyone here, and thank you to A and Ed for passing over the host, I think, for a time being. I'm sure that they're just between games right now. I'm going to take a very quick break whilst I just see if Tightrope is here. I want to try and get him on board, so, you know, if we have to wait a little while, we will. But, guys, if you're enjoying the show, please do hit follow, and be sure to go and follow A's channel, Ed80Hertz. I'll post these links in a minute, and Tightrope himself. All of these games are going to be on YouTube, so you know, if you've missed anything, make sure you go and follow everyone's YouTubes. And there's great work being done as well by the other casters in the tournament right now. I saw Greyshot casting, DevM Isildur earlier, Siberian was casting, you know, Olivadi's been casting. I see like good casters everywhere, so there's plenty of games to watch. But yeah, I've talked enough. I'm going to go to a break, and we'll be back very, very soon. I'll keep everyone updated in chat. We'll just announce to everyone Tightrope is here. We're just going to be setting him up for the stream, and then we shouldn't be long getting into game 2. About 7 minutes. So grab something to eat, get ready for some epic games incoming. Hey guys, we'll just be a little bit longer with this setup. We're just doing something a bit special. Tightrope is here though, and we'll just be a few more minutes, I think. All right, hello everybody. I'm joined by the one and only, the legendary Tightrope, who has just come up early in the morning for you. How are you, Tightrope? Yeah, it's the game one was really good. It was obviously, I don't know if you saw the end of it. So Luvnest won, playing as USF mechanized, and we're just seeing those. Oh, 1 second. Why is someone saying muted? Can't hear him. That's interesting. Give me a second. I don't know why that would be. Try now. Say something now.
Yeah, I'm saying something now. Can everybody in chat hear me?
I think they can hear you now. I think I can see that they can hear you now. How interesting. We had to just to let everyone know. So Tightrope was here and he was like, my green screen's already set up, and I'm like, oh god, I'm in an overlay with boxes. So I'm like, okay. I run across the room, fling up the green screen. I'm like, how do we set this up? Right, green screen, Tightrope. Tightrope's green screen works better than mine. I am green screening him through Zoom. How is this possible? Tightrope, take my hat off to you.
Photography style one, because you know the one that you have, like a retractable one, they had no stock of it in New Zealand, so I got the full-on pro grade kind of setup here, which is not very convenient. It's actually very inconvenient, but
it sounds like you got the better end of the deal there, actually.
Well, I mean, it was like probably half the price, honestly. Yeah.
All right, well, just to let everyone know, it's a pleasure to be casting with Tightrope again. And actually, the last time we cast was the Grand Championship Series, I believe, years back. That's right. You remember?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you remember? Have you forgotten? Please, Tightrope, please.
No, I was trying to think if there's any like action since then, but no, I don't think so.
No, there's not. But yeah, we had a pretty good cast last time, so I've actually been really excited to do this with you. It's cool. It's cool, even though I also am a streamer and a content creator. It's cool to cast with someone like Tightrope, because obviously I watch all of his tutorials, his videos, and you can check all of them out on YouTube. I'll let Tightrope maybe ping his links in chat. There's so much content there, good tutorials, everything that you need to like play the game. So go and check it out. Yeah, really worth a watch. Okay, right. Should we get into the game, Tightrope? You ready?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Ready for action.
Hello everybody and welcome to game 2 of this best of 3 series between two absolute ferocious players. And we have here on the west side of Nexus, playing as USF, locked in with the mechanized company, it is DevM.
And facing off against him in the east, we have Luvnest playing as Osir and immediately locking into German infantry commander.
Are you surprised, Tightrope?
Well, yesterday I did quite a lot of casting, and I saw some games that were completely different to this. I'm not gonna lie. I think I saw only maybe 1 or 2 games with German infantry out of the 9 series that I cast. So for me, it's actually a change of pace.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I just realized that I put the wrong scores on here, and I apologize for that. Give me a moment.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Definitely don't want to be getting that wrong.
Nexus, huh?
There we go. Sorry about that. It is in fact Luvnest who took game 1. For any of you that are Luvnest fans there who just felt slightly disappointed by that error, well, it's fixed now, and thanks for that. Yeah, Nexus, Tightrope. I mean, a really good 1v1 map. I'd still say this is recent, but I think players have had a long enough time now to really flesh it out and find all of the, you know, the kind of sticky points and the vantage points and what have you. And yeah, I mean, like, what's your take on this map? What's your take on kind of where the players go here?
Yeah, I really enjoy this map, and this one, is in the auto match rotation, unlike a couple of the other ones in the tournament. So,
Capture
players
point is
have
under attack.
plenty of experience of it, and yeah, has been in the tournament rotation for quite some time as well. So, yeah. In fact, I think this was in the last year's World Championships rotation as well. So yeah, it's been around for a while, even though it was, maybe one of the newer-ish maps.
Yeah, it has been producing really good games, and I like that it reminds me a bit of Faymanville. Like Faymanville, you're always on the left, always on the right, and this is the same, just north to south. And I feel like players are getting dragged everywhere. They have to play wide for the VPs, and it just creates really good mobile games. I would like to address something in chat, because I saw someone here who was saying, Stormless, you promised us in the announcement for this tournament that we'd be seeing different things out of USF. I am also surprised, because I've had discussions with these players and I know what the alternative strategies for USF are, and I was really hoping that we'd see one. Perhaps the players don't feel it's time to bring it out yet.
Oh, really? Yesterday, I cast Asiaman, and he was playing my favorite tactical support as US Forces, so that was really good to see.
Right. Okay, I actually really like that commander as well at the moment for the LMGs. And who doesn't like to see the Calliope? But,
Yes, exactly.
But I will say, actually, at this point, because it has been seen now and used, I've seen a couple of players playing around with Brits with Commander Regiment, which has been really powerful, and there have been some really cool games with that, really good timings. But I'll tell you, there's a couple of strategies that I talk to players about that we just haven't seen, and those players are fast leaving the tournament, so I hope we see it soon.
Oh, this has been some hectic action here, but Luvnest getting overwhelmed. It's just Rifleman coming in from every angle, and now he's getting pushed off.
Yeah, it's nice, aggressive early game. DevM will always tell you with USF that this is a game that you have to snowball, and it's all about early game dominance. It's all about just making sure you dive on top of those resources, make sure you get the Stuart out as quick as possible to match up against anything from tier 2 against Austere. But really, I think the crucial thing is that he's going to be timing his Sherman to come out at the same time as the Panzer IV. I think that's the big thing for DevM when he's playing USF. And so you see him here going for all these resources. Now you know why.
Yeah, well, before this tournament, I'd say it's maybe slightly more popular. They only go for two Riflemen and the WC-51, but most DevM's been going for 3, so it's a very heavy start early on. That's a lot of units to take map control with.
Yeah, it's very aggressive, very, very aggressive. But I guess maybe it's for the potential to snare when they get veterancy. I always feel like Riflemen, maybe you want to get them like vetting up quite early on, so at least you have snares all over the field. But yeah, we'll watch this build closely. Here's the Stuart. I think this is really good timing for the Stuart, actually.
Yeah, this is really, really fast. Even Luvnest 222 for a Grandier build's coming in pretty quick, before the 6-minute mark. But yeah, that is a crazy fast Stuart as well.
Oh, this is nice incendiary rounds there, popped on the MG42. And fortunately, DevM is paying attention. There's a great flank on the MG42 from the Lieutenant as well.
Yeah, really well done there by DevM. In comes 222 now, looking to soften up that Lieutenant. He is upgrading the bazooka on it already, but not about to pop anytime soon. But man, that Stuart's coming in so fast, man. Usually it's, close to the 7-minute mark, but 6 minutes 20, that is just crazy. That's going to be tough for Luvnest to handle.
Well, Luvnest has been an absolute pro at handling this kind of thing from DevM constantly this tournament. And,
yeah, this is their second series.
This is their second best of 3 series, yeah. They played in the upper brackets yesterday, so it's a grudge match. But What I just want to point out here, DevM, he's got the minesweepers on his echelons and he's going forwards because I think he knows like the counter right now is that telemine. The telemine is an instant kill on the Stuart or the WC-51, neither of which he wants to lose here. So I like the preservation from DevM right now.
Yeah, even while being aggressive, he's still taking all the necessary steps to make sure he doesn't throw the game here.
Yeah, it's actually, it's a really tense game. We have to kind of just mention that both of these players can still get to the grand finals through the lower brackets. And there is still effectively $10,000 at stake for both of these players. One of them will be out of the tournament, they're in the last life. And it's more crucial for DevM right now to win this game as Luvnest is already 1-0 up in the series. So this is really nice from DevM. So aggressive. The decaps are perfect. He's just trying to make sure he gets the best resource income, leaving Luvnest with as little as possible.
Yeah, sandbags here that Luvnest built kind of backfiring against him, protecting the rifleman a little bit from this 2-2-2. Oh, there we go. Pack's in position.
Oh, is he in for another shot? Oh, the Pack 40 opened up there. I think it had good sight from the scout car, but ever the obstacle, that green wall there. That would have been huge if the Stuart had gone down there.
Man, that machine gun's in some trouble here for Luvnest. Or rifle grenades to try and save it.
Very good dodge. Very, very good dodge there. I think DevM's going to be really pleased with this early game. This is exactly what, when I've spoken to him, this is like the scenario that he details to me, saying like, this is this is what I want my game to look like. I need to own the map. I need to own 3 VPs. I need to own double fuel. He's making it happen. And I think we need to see the weapons rack pop at some point. We'll see, actually, that is currently unlocking at the moment. So we're going to see bars now explode. A lot of munitions banked for DevM. Perhaps even bazookas on the echelons. We've seen that as well from DevM before.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he went for the 50 cal before the weapon racks, but it's better late than never. Because, you know, he could have some bazookas on these re-echelon right now inside this building, getting rid of this 2-2-2.
Yeah, DevM's very contradictory because he's always saying like, yeah, I need the MG for map control, but then he's also saying like, I need to be like hyper aggressive. Make your mind up.
Yeah.
Basically, he just needs to be godlike constantly to win. Which I think he is. Let's be fair.
Struggling to push in down here. You know, got the 50 cal, WC-51 holding off the troops from the fuel point. And Stuart may be looking for a bit of a wraparound onto the cutoff area.
Oh, that was a huge shot from the Pack 40. That was actually a ground attack as well. That was not within the cone of fire. So the WC-51 goes down. DevM is about to dive in on the 2-2-2. This is a really good push. He's going to be desperate to get that 2-2-2 now after losing the WC-51. One more shot, it's a miss!
Oh.
2-2-2 escapes.
Heartbreaker. He's trying to pressure the pack, but the machine gun in a nice position gets the suppression. And Luvnest hanging in there.
Yeah, it's sensible for him to retreat as well. He fears the bundle grenade on the path there. Some body blocking going on from the Grenadiers. And in the north now, Stuart just took a Faust from Grenadiers. They're going to have to retreat due to low health very soon.
Yeah, Pack's chasing after them though. Can get another shot in here. Nicely done. Just any delay to the Stuart, you know, like longer it's out for repairs, the more map control Luvnest can get here.
Yeah, Luvnest's response to this was... it looked flaky to me, but he dealt with it so well, actually. And you need to be at Luvnest level player to deal with that kind of pressure that DevM was putting on there. I'm surprised that DevM didn't come out on top. It looked pretty perfect. It wasn't to be. Let's have a look at the teching right now. Luvnest still on battle phase 1, tier 2 up. We'll just check out DevM. No signs of the Major yet.
He still, you know, hasn't had that good of a fuel control though. Is capping in the north finally. DevM also ticked grenades just before, so he's just gone for the full suite of upgrades on his rifleman at this stage.
This is good. Look at the map control coming back in now for DevM. He's just got furious. Luvnest retreats back into the base. Suddenly everything is pure blue again.
Oh, good grenade into the retreat path there for the Grenadiers. Chasing him for the white, maybe? Stuart doesn't chase him.
This is a critical game for DevM. The performance is so good. He's actually doing so well, and he's just got great eyes on top of the AT gun. Good early retreats there from Luvnest. Got pretty decent preservation. But he just can't seem to get a foothold on the map for very long. Teching is very, very slow. Plus 13 fuel. DevM is hanging around 25 to 30 constantly. So we're going to see the Sherman M4, sorry, the M4A3. So, what is it? All these Shermans have got all the name mixed up. 76mm.
Yeah,
Sherman's going to be out in no time.
Man, there was a good flank on the 50 cal there from Luvnest, but he's still struggling to get into territory after it. He's so limited right now.
Yeah, this is game is clockwork so far. Where Luvnest has tended to do better is in the late game. The late game build from Luvnest has actually been really good. And as long as he can deal with the early game from DevM, that's where DevM is like at his strongest. That's what he's capitalizing on. Luvnest will perform better later on in the game. He's still somehow, I think, holding a good amount of VPs.
Oh, Grenadier in the middle goes down. Oh no, now the pack's in some trouble too. Two squads charging on top of it here. MG42 looking for the suppression, but it might lose the pack still. Oh, doesn't manage to suppress the second squad. Got a 5-man Gren here assisting in the defense. Pack does go down though. Stuart can maybe swoop in after this, but that's in the south at the moment. Also getting rid of the Grenadier down there. Very, very low on health. Oof. Oh, where's this pack going? Okay. He decides on the other path. The safer path. That's nice to see. Cheeky bun grenade, expecting the rifleman to retreat into it, but he's awake and he's playing really, really well at the moment.
Yeah, maybe the first signs of it being a little bit shaky, but he dealt with it well. He nearly got the 222 there with the bazooka from the lieutenant. Right now, though, there's just no anti-tank presence at all on the field. We are seeing the Sherman now in the build from the major tier. The fuel, like the resource game, has just been dominated by DevM, so I'm just thinking for Luvnest, he's got tier 3 going up right now, but that's really not going to cut it for us here as this game goes on.
Yeah, he's got the he's still 20 fuel away from his tank as well. His DevM 76mm about to pop out, so that last 20 fuel, that could take an agonizing amount of time to come through.
I'm just thinking, actually, it'd take like 2 minutes, but if you look at DevM, if he holds this current resource lead, he could possibly get a Jackson out in like 3 minutes, so if he keeps the Sherman alive and supplements it with something, then it's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, especially if he keeps hold of that Stuart as well. It'll be like a 3v1 basically on top of Luvnest's 1st Panzer IV. Talking about the victory points as well, Luvnest about 120 points behind at this stage, so he's struggling on multiple angles at the moment. And man, DevM's just swarming them here.
Nice grenade there. I think actually didn't help him very much. But
Yeah, I think it took down 2 of his own models there.
splash damage at its finest.
Oh man, this Pedro's got to be careful. Can't afford to lose them.
I think that may, like, that could have been DevM's first squad wipe. I don't think he's lost anything so far.
Yeah, he's only lost WC 51.
Right. Gosh, look at Luvnest's army just in the base. Just in the base chilling. This is brutal.
Triangle at the moment. 50 cal in a really nice position as Luvnest tries to charge back out as well.
So cheeky as well, isn't it, to cap with the major on the front lines. Oh, there he goes. Now it's just 2 echelons with a major badge that he picked off the corpse.
Base
This is
inspection
cheeky
with
from
the
DevM. Actually, in a previous series yesterday, we saw DevM go into the austere base and take down the medic bunker. Here it is again. And this is so smart, so smart, taking advantage of Luvnest's army being in the south. This is going to be so damaging.
Yeah, you can get free medkits with the 5-man Grenadiers Vet 1 ability. So some players don't even go for the mid bunker with this commander. But certainly Luvnest did, and it's going to be quite annoying that he's not going to have healing back at his base anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot of extra micro, I feel. You know, I've watched those players who are constantly healing themselves, healing the sniper, healing the AT guns. You just think, wow, you know, way to make life hard for yourself. But sometimes manpower can be better spent elsewhere. It's heating up in the south, though. There's got to be flanks here on the MG42, and at the same time trying to contest with Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers. There's incendiary rounds turned on the MG42. Low health Grenadier squad retreating in the south. This could be a wipe. I'm expecting it to be a wipe. He stands still. He tries to get the accuracy. It's covered by the line of sight from the building. Now there's a retreat path through Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, MG42, Pioneers with the flamethrower. Can the Sherman defend it? Where was the smoke pop? There's no munitions for it. Oh, that was so tense.
First wipe there for DevM.
Second
In
one
fact, he
coming
lost
on the
his
major.
echelon as well, and now maybe the major too. Man, everything's falling apart here for him a little bit. That was so unlucky for DevM, man. He threw that grenade, but vetted our Grenadiers. They've got received damage instead of received accuracy as their veterancy bonus. So they can survive grenades like that. Oh, 2v1 in the center. Shermans versus the Panzer IV. Doesn't have the pack in position to assist either. I've just got to be really careful about that.
A little look at the sight range on the scout car here. Huge sight range. It's going to be essential for Luvnest to keep that unit alive so he can just tell where DevM is flanking him from. His MG42 has so much work to do. Luvnest knows it can't be done. Oh, he's got to get that scout car out of there so fast. Oh no!
Oh, no.
What's it doing?
Oh no. Oh no. He's stuck on the wall.
Well, that dream died pretty quickly. And without that, DevM's flanking is going to be all the better for the fact that Luvnest isn't going to be able to see where it's coming from as much.
Yeah, Luvnest was using that to try and avoid the 50 cal as well, you know? You could spot it from long range and then dodge it before it came into effect, but not anymore.
Nice. The smoke pops, jumps out.
Oh my god, what's he doing?
What's going on here?
Okay, but Panzer still in trouble here. Oh, 76 mil last shot missing. Whew, that
Totally
was...
just watched DevM crack under pressure there.
I guess he just hit the wrong hotkey. Maybe he's trying to hit smoke or something and just hit the decrew. I'm not entirely sure.
We've all had those
Man,
moments,
could you
right, where
imagine
there's
if-
loads going on and you're just slamming the keyboard, like, come on!
Whoa, DevM charging into the base here. Grenadier there with the Faust pack there as well. Oh, and he bounces on the Panzer IV. Pack very low on health though, could get decrewed before it can get any more damage in. Yep, there it goes.
This could have gone either way there, I feel, but Panzer IV survived. Buys Luvnest a little bit of time. This is a great grenade here. Really good grenade from DevM. Wipes the machine gun. Will he recapture the Pack 40? I think that would be the real end of this game for Luvnest. Yep, I think Luvnest knows it. He drops from the game. 1-1 in this series. And we are going to an ace game. GG, well played. All right, well, we are back. I've just seen a message there. It's from the Relic Entertainment channel. I think that's AE there at the moment, saying jump straight into the ace game. We are going to. We did start game 2 with a delay whilst we get Tightrope set up, but I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. The big one. I can't believe. Oh man, this is a best of 3. I really would like to see a best of 5 on this one, but.
Yeah.
It's going to be tense. That's all to play for here. Lower bracket. These two, I mean, these are like 2 tournament staples, DevM and Luvnest, and one of them's going to be gone.
I'm just thinking, can we message the players and ask them if they want to take it to a best of 5? Could we do that? I mean, if they agree to it, they're just replaying a best of 3, right? We've broken no rules. That was a warm up. We can. I'm just going to invite you to the lobby.
I think we'll get a yelling at if we try to do that.
I might just send the message anyway, just in case. Fan service.
I mean, they're already in. They're already in. Maybe if they hadn't started yet, we could do some negotiations.
AE pointed this out yesterday, and I will just show everyone because he took a screenshot of this. You have DevM, who's got his own faceplate from, from having won a Warpaint Championship. Luvnest, and the winner of the Grand Championship Series. Their respective titles. They're waving it in each other's faces. It's beautiful.
Didn't DevM have a commander as well?
He does, yeah. Yeah, he's got. I can't remember which commander he went for. I think it was the assault. What's the assault? What's it with the bulldozer Sherman and the assault grenadiers and the? Is that the one?
Bulldozer Sherman and assault grenadiers. Those are 2 different factions.
Yeah, no,
like
sorry,
Armor
the assault
Company.
engine is Armor Company. I think it's Armor Company. Yeah, because I think when he played Warpaint Championship, I think he used Armor Company. It's a long time ago. And but I think what's cool is that it's only him that gets to see that face on it. So, when you play against DevM in a game and you don't realize it's DevM, and you're like, what is this commander I've never seen before?
Oh, yeah, it is supposed to be him, but...
Yeah. All right, are you ready to get into the next game?
Yeah, I certainly am. I'm excited.
Let's do it. Welcome everybody to Crossroads. Crossroads is the map for our ace game in what has been another epic series between 2 fantastic players playing from the south side. As the USF, we have DevM, and he is locked in with Airborne Company, and I will tell you right now, this is the commander that I was telling you about was the other strategy. Who's he up against, Tightrope?
He's up against Luvnest, and Luvnest is playing OKW and popping Spec Ops. So this is a big diversion from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. This is, I'm really, really happy to see DevM play this. Maybe he realizes this is the last time he might get to play this in this current patch build. Maybe he's just thought, I may as well reveal this just once. DevM has been, like one of these players researching a lot recently, as has Luvnest. And, they've been trying to counter the kind of game's current meta in various ways. I think it's smart of Luvnest not to play COH2 here, but I'm very interested to see how this game is going to go, because that is just 2 curveballs thrown out, and it's exciting.
Well, Agent was also playing this commander earlier in the tournament, and Agent, I feel like just kind of premier OKW player at the moment. He's always trying to make them work in tournament during this patch. So this Luvnest also could maybe try out this exact same commander. The main feature has been the use of radio silence from Agent, like a slight speed boost. It's really good for like running, gun chasing down squads, and I don't think DevM's much of a tech map user, so maybe that's not going to impact DevM that much. But yeah, against tech map users as well, that radio silence can be lethal.
Yeah, it's still annoying. I think it's still annoying because you just don't even hear when your own squads are seeing stuff. I think you obviously hear the sounds from them on the map itself, ambiently. But, you can capitalize on that ability so much, and it's so cheap. I mean, 40 munitions for that, I actually think is so good.
Yes. Well, after Command Panther got quite a few nerfs, the commander did need a slight touch up to make it viable again, and that came in the form of radio silence.
Absolutely. But I mean, has Luvnest picked this commander because it would help him just? I mean, I'm just trying to think. Like right here, is it for the infiltration grenades? Is it to have better infantry engagements? Is it for the orbital dart? Is it? Actually, where is this going for Luvnest? I have to say, like, I wasn't expecting Luvnest to play this at all in the tournament. So, perhaps you'll be able to enlighten us on some of the potential strategies a bit better than I will in this game.
Well, I mean, Agent, he played both mechanized and battle group. So, yeah, he used the flak half track and the double looks, in fact. So, I don't know. I don't know what Luvnest has in store. I think mechanized is the more common path. It's more well tested, but the flak half track can be very strong if you can use it correctly.
Flak half track is
though.
Actually very, very potent. Very good for map control. But one of the things here, like DevM, when he plays USF, is kind of like prizing. Prizing aggression. He's prizing the early game map control. Airborne, I don't feel, is going to give him that same kind of early game. So I think we're going to see a Luvnest here with slightly more resources, and that's dangerous, I think, because Luvnest, when he has resources, is kind of like, I don't want to say unbeatable, but I think he actually outperforms DevM in those chaotic micro engagements when he's actually got what he needs to play the game.
Well, this was a really smart move from DevM. Like there was an engagement here between these folks and the re-echelon on the right-hand side, and the re-echelon pulled back quite far. Luvnest pushed on to the fuel point, and then the re-echelon came back and got the cutoff, never retreating. So, Luvnest can't even get any resources here. DevM just locking them out with these cutoff plays.
Smart play. Very, very smart play. It's actually a pleasure to watch two players like this. It's rare you get two people like so evenly matched who have studied so hard. And the fact that it's an ace game, I don't want to keep saying it, but both of these players could still be in the finals. Is still possible for whoever wins this to go forward and win the lower brackets, get into the grand finals. So still at this point, $10,000 to play for. Beautiful incendiary grenade. Look at the wipes on that. 3 models go down. Tough retreat as well.
Yeah, that was a really good grenade. He saw that the whole squad was low. He's like, oh man, I'm just going to roast them here. Did go for battle group, by the way, Luvnest. So I guess we're going to see the flak half track.
That's nice. That's very nice. By the way, we still have a Stuart coming out from DevM in really, really good time. So you can see he's been managing the resources very effectively. It's, I think it's going to go pretty well toe-to-toe with the flak half-track. One of the reasons why DevM is picking Airborne, you know, is like he actually always says, like, you know, you have to play Lieutenant when you play USF. There's very little reason, you know, for players to play Captain at the moment. Airborne just allows you to, you know, drop the AT guns that you will be, you know, missing from the Captain tier. Primarily, I think that's what he's going for. But yeah, I mean, like, Airborne has a great late game. You know, you do have, anti-vehicle airstrikes. You've got great sight. You've got potentially air paratroopers, which can have the double LMGs. You know, the only unit that can do that. So, it can be very offensive.
Yeah, it's also pretty good against Aussie with the Pathfinders. They can spot the MG long range, but because we're up against OKW, you know, no machine guns super early on. No real reason to get Pathfinders, because they do really suffer against Stern Pioneers. They'll just get bullied real hard by them, so more of an Aussie thing than a OKW matchup specific unit.
Gosh, this is so tough for DevM there. Like, he's losing the infantry engagements constantly. I think it's because Luvnest is just, he's kind of like playing all of his units together in one place. So every time you step there, he's just...
Yeah, well, he's starting to pop some weapon upgrades now as well. Whereas DevM doesn't quite have bars yet, so he's going to start to struggle in those infantry engagements.
This is interesting, he just dropped the machine gun, and that's kind of like the sign that DevM wants to lock down. He wants to play defensively, have map control, and I think he's a bit worried that he's not going to be able to keep it at the moment. Equally, Luvnest just bringing in a Raketin to help deal with the Stuart. Should keep the flak half-track sustainable on the field. And beautiful play from DevM on the right. He's going to decap the fuel that Luvnest was trying to get, denying a potential double fuel to his opponent.
Oh, Stuart coming in, looking for the flak half-track. The Raketin is nearby. No snaring squads though for Luvnest, and this is dangerous. This is always the trouble with the flak half-track. Have to have your snares nearby.
Can't afford it anyway, I think. only just.
Oh yeah. It's just one thing you have to be aware with the flak half-track. You know, it can't really defend itself, so you just always have to have support with it. That's what makes it so tricky to play. You just always have to be considering your position every time it's on the front line.
It's lovely to see it played well though, and right here, just the way that it's going to control the center VP, beautiful. You know, it's backed up well by the Raketenwerfer. But like you said, we don't have the snaring unit near it, so still opportunities for DevM to go in and dive.
Takes in one shot there. Backs it out. But yeah, Luvnest with some really good territory control right now, so it's looking promising for him.
Oh, here come the infiltration grenades. I think Commander revealed there. I'm not sure what else he loaded in with, but so sure.
Yeah, he did.
Playing Spec Ops.
Took this Commander so quickly and didn't even get a chance to see. Getting inching forward, it's going to look for some damage on the Stuart. Missing its first shot though.
It's a tough retreat path. Where's the negative cover kick in? He's just avoiding it, just avoiding the road. And what do we have dropping at the moment? Another machine gun coming in for DevM. So he's going for map control. Actually, the M1AT gun is really good here against the half-track, I feel. So it's going to give him great coverage. Really good range. An anti-tank weapon. What's the Stuart doing?
He's trying to get the decoy on it, but man, he's playing a dangerous game. They're pushing all the way towards Luvnest base.
Look at that 50 cal positioning though. It's going to get maximum effectiveness out of that. He actually denies the infiltration grenades as well with the opening burst. But half-track positioning. Let's just look at the half-track positioning, by the way. He's actually got an angle on both sides with a line of sight blocker there. This is professional placement of the half-track. And there you can see DevM also taking advantage of that positioning.
The enemy has cut our
Yeah,
supply
Flak half-track's really bad at shooting through like hedgerows and stuff, as you can see there. It's just doing no damage. Well, it's big weaknesses, so DevM exploiting that. Oh man, that's a really nice angle on the AT gun there.
Oh, he was nearly going to get the second shot on that. Well, it's looking like Luvnest dominated then, but DevM's just completely turning it around. Just having a look at his resources at the moment as well, and he's ready to take up to Major pretty soon.
Yeah, 50 cal in the building there is just so strong, really hard to deal with. You have to come in from like multiple angles, throw grenades on it. It's hard to dislodge.
Trying to ground attack through the hedgerow.
Yeah, why? Going for some cheeky shots there. Hoping something sticks.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point.
Oh, infantry support gun from Luvnest to deal with that machine gun. Okay.
What's DevM doing over here, by the way? With the Stuart. Where is this going? Is he going for a cap? Is he going to try?
I think he's
the
expecting a squad to come out from that angle to try and flank the machine gun, but it's not the case.
Yeah, now you see him coming back.
Oh, radio silence activated. And let's try and get something going here.
You should just watch from DevM's angle. You can see on the minimap right now all of the units have disappeared. And you can no longer see on the minimap where Luvnest is.
Oh, Stuart coming in on the rear of the half-track, trying to get the kill here. Rakitten's nearby. Oh, this could dangerous stuff. Snaring squad coming back for Luvnest. Oh, he's going to get the snare off. Can the Rakitten finish the job now?
No, he's going for the ground attack. That's so close. Oh, but it misses. That was a really great play for a second shot. You can still see him now. I think he's trying to get an overshot. You know, it does sometimes happen that the rocket just flies across the map, and you can see he's still going for it. It would be oh
my god!
It's close.
It could do it. It could do it.
This game has the potential and the possibility to do things you would never imagine physically possible.
That was such a good attack by DevM, you know, found the angle, just charging in there after the half-track, and such a good response from Luvnest as well. Just such a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it's really smart as well. DevM on the right-hand side with his 50 cal machine gun, and he's got the echelons there, giving that sight range that is needed. Panzerschwerer, oh sorry, I'm going to call it Panzerschwerer because I think it's going to be that. It's just a supply truck, a half-track, but we think it's going to be the Panzerschwerer. We know normally where it goes on this map.
Yeah, he did delay that a little bit, having to get out that infantry support gun, slow down his manpower a little bit, but looking to set that up now, and that should allow us some good territory control, maybe defend against some of those flanking Stuart plays as well.
Let's see if Major's not going to spot it there. Major's forced away by the Sturm Pioneers. And DevM is actually just teched up for grenades, which is going to make things a little harder for Luvnest when he gets in that close range. Both Grenadiers are pushing in there for a Faust against the Stuart. Bit of an overextension. Has to retreat. And I just love the positioning again from this flak half-track. It's so effective. The positioning has been spot on.
Yeah, these two. Oh man, this is such a good match. Just constantly attacking and defending just so effectively. Oh man, dropped a bar down there.
Where was that? Oh, on the VP.
In the center. Yeah, pick it up at the moment though.
The Volks are never going to be picking that up when we're waiting for the Sturm Pioneer squad to come down and try and grab that.
It's interesting that they decide to airdrop in those 50 cals as well, rather than just building them. Do you know if you talked to them about that?
No, actually. I mean, I don't know what the reason. Unless he's crewed them with echelons, maybe for extra recon. I don't know, but.
Well, Pathfinder, Echelon have the same site. Pathfinders, they have the site.
I'm guessing it might be for a couple of reasons. Because, firstly, I guess you get a little bit of extra sight with the echelons on there. But also, I think, is it cheaper to reinforce now because there are echelons on the squad?
I don't think so. I think they might have slightly better received accuracy, so it's like less likely to get decrewed by small arms damage. It's the only thing I can really think of, though.
It's so intricate. I still feel like Company of Heroes, like, we haven't seen a wipe there of the Volksgrenadiers on the strategic point. Like, half-track again is in an excellent position from Luvnest. Still very much in this game despite that squad loss.
Oh man, he cancelled those infiltration grenades, but they didn't. Infiltration grenades all over the map. A lot of bleed here for DevM.
I just noticed the ISG in this build. I think over there to help with this off-map. Major just dropping some artillery inside very Luvnest space. Volksgrenadier, don't know why it's hanging around in that engagement. Radio silence was on them as well. That's probably why that was so difficult for DevM. They're trying to keep all the squads alive. Radio silence just... You don't get all those same alerts in... You know, I was just thinking Tightrope. I mean, like, there's so many nuances to the game, especially when you're, like, recrewing dropped team weapons. You know, there is an art to what unit you recrew it with. It's a game that I would say 99% of the player base perhaps doesn't really understand fully. But there are good tutorials out there. I think you've made some yourself, haven't you, Tightrope?
Yeah, just a few. It's a shame. A few more views, you know. A lot of depth to the game, as you mentioned, like, and a lot of like micro decisions that can come if you really learn it well.
Yeah, I mean, I seriously recommend. I know we're at a bad time inside the game as the flak half track goes down there to the M1 and the Stuart.
He thought he was safe there, right next to the flak base, but no. Aggressive AT gun positioning there from DevM.
You're never safe against DevM, and here comes the Sherman. I think it's on HE rounds at the moment. And he's diving in deep here. I mean, this is, I don't want to say risky, but he's just going to take a Faust here. The flak half-track does penetrate occasionally, so this isn't an all-clear. Raketin turns around. We're just going to pan down a little bit just to catch all of this at the moment. The infantry are trying to give some support. Do we see smoke from the Sherman? Yes. That smoke may be life-saving. This is desperate.
Go down. One more Faust and he'll be dead. He's trying to charge in.
Oh, Faust just cancelled there, but the next model's going to get it. It's down. And the squad goes down in return. Wow. I think Luvnest is going to be furious. With that.
Yeah, that happens sometimes with Faust. Oh, DevM, he's not satisfied. He's going to try to go for the kill on the tech truck after all that.
ISG surely got a response to this. And there it is. Panzer IV is also on the field now for Luvnest. It's going to use this unit to... this is actually now a dominant unit on the field because the Sherman went down so quickly. Whether or not that was necessary for DevM to do that, no idea, but it's going to cost him, I think.
Yeah, big time. Well, DevM's just about there. You know, he's got the fuel for another tank. He just needs some manpower at the moment.
There's actually a Faust from flanking Volksgrenadier in the south, so the Stuart is just having to repair that engine critical currently.
Okay, more Major Addy coming down on the machine gun. I'm going to try and force that off.
He's noticed in time, has he?
Yeah, okay, he's getting out now. It takes a while for that Major Addy to come down. Ooh, AT gun down. Luvnest pushing in for the Stuart.
Does he fear the mine? Or is he going to chance it? He can.
He's going
He's
in.
taking the risk. Beautiful
Is he
pickup.
going up? Oh, he's got to try to stick around now. Kill this AT gun. I think it was just like a super long range one for one of the rifleman squads. Okay, he's staying on top of the AT gun for the moment. DevM's there. He can build a vehicle if he wants. He's got one bazooka coming in. Just tense for Luvnest. He manages to recreate the AT gun again. Trying to get the decruise it again.
Oh, he just missed.
Of manpower bleed here for DevM as well.
Look at the setup with the MG34 and the back lines. Going to prevent the echelons from getting the kill. They get a great long-range bazooka off. It is not enough. DevM is trying to now push up through the center, but he's not going to be able to decap because of the Panzerschwerer headquarters. And DevM, by the way, no manpower. He's just trying to reinforce his army right now, and that means Luvnest is going to be able to get significant map control back during this time.
This is craziness. Okay, a bit of a flank coming from these right. Is he going hunting for the Panzer IV? It's too many squads here anyway. Not going to be successful.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle for him to push anything right now. I mean, you can see he invested in the Jackson, so rather than just reinforcing all his squads and getting back on the field, not a bad idea at all. But also, I guess because he's taken the Jackson now, he's feeling pretty confident about his infantry's ability. But that's going to change because Obersoldaten are now on the field. They're upgrading with the MG34 machine gun. And so infantry engagements are not going to remain favorable for DevM.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't go for the IISTGs. You know, it's one of the main features of this commander. I think it synergizes really well with radio silence also.
Yeah,
certainly that was doing a lot yesterday. He was always going for the IISTGs.
It's probably a force of habit. I wonder if he just hits the hotkey, you know.
Could be. But yeah, Devon did really need that Jackson because, you know, he did get his AT gun destroyed. I think he's only got one bazooka in the rear echelon, so without the Jackson, he would struggle to fend off this Panzer IV.
Yeah, it's a good choice. I wonder if we will see another AT gun deployed, or whether we can just rely solely on the Jackson in this game. By the way, ISG just taking occasional shots at the rifleman. It's 3 kills. That's you know, 2/3 of its kills so far in the game we just caught there. But it's just annoying, you know. You just have to be moving constantly just to avoid that.
Yeah, I think this is another main feature of it. Just having smoke. These double 50 cals. Now it's offering so much more freedom to move around. Okay, it's good dodge on that grenade.
I can't help feeling that smoke isn't helpful here because the Obersoldaten are just raring to unload this MG34. And it's like they're just standing there waiting for the field to clear. Actually, they take suppression. One of the models on the right, I think, they're just slightly out of cover. So that unit is not having a good entry to this game at all. Luvnest, by the way, is, I think, close to getting the Panther now. Oh no, he's actually building one. He's not going to go for the Command Panther. Stern Pioneer flank on the 50 cal, supported by the ISG. Actually, I think the Stern Pioneers are just going to rip through this squad. They may even capture it. They have enough health to do so.
I think that's the radio silence effect right there. I think Luvnest, I don't think DevM heard that one coming. He didn't retreat that at all, you know, he didn't even start the retreat, and then that is the impact of the radio silence.
That is actually so nice from Luvnest. So nice. I'm always talking about how I want to see like more abilities used like this in Company of Heroes. It is a game where like there's a lot of stealth available. There's a lot of like recon abilities. There's a lot of things you can do under the radar. That's one of them, and I just think that's absolutely beautiful build.
Panther on the field now for Luvnest. So it's kind of a 2v1 against the Jackson. Do have a AT gun just freshly dropped in by DevM to assist though. This could be the time for Luvnest to get aggressive. Coming in with the Panther, getting things going here. Oh, very aggressive.
This could be a mistake.
Two series squads. The AT gun, but he's in the smoke. Can't see him at the moment. that was maybe an unnecessary risk, but okay.
Yeah, maybe an over-tuned spawn point.
Yeah, I actually caught one yesterday. Panzerwerfer just ran straight into the front line. Oh man, it was heartbreaking.
That was an amazing grenade there, bundle grenade from the Obersoldaten. And there's the M8A1 howitzer, the Scott howitzer. I actually like that addition. That I think is a pretty reasonable counter to one Obersoldaten and also the units that are taking cover positions in the center. I actually like the choice there.
Yeah, it was interesting. Luvnest actually started a second Ober, but cancelled it and went for a second. Did he cancel or did he lose it? No, he cancelled it, I guess, and that was for the manpower for the Panther. But now he's got the double machine guns, and the Scott should be really effective against that. Being stolen away that 50 cal.
When you pair it up against the ISG that is now on 4 kills, and the Scott has just got that half the time. There's that really important first hit. Oh my god, look at that Scott! Just assisted with 3 model wipes on the Stern Pioneers there. And this is really going to eat into Luvnest's manpower, make it difficult for him to keep reinforcing all of these squads, the Obersoldaten. Panther's got to be so careful with the health it's dropped in case of a snare.
Ooh, nearly gets that rifle squad in the center. Close call.
Jackson, ground attack there from the Panther. DevM's trying to return it unsuccessfully.
Just so cheeky, you know? Just like units attack grounding, hiding behind shot blockers. It's all over this central VP. That's where the contest is right now. And Luvnest is quite far behind on the victory points. 100.
Massive hits from the Jackson. I love to see this because this is a really tense game. You know, actually, both players are really giving it some right now. And they've just got to take advantage of every single opportunity that comes to them. They're going to be exhausted as well from the games they've already played today. The pressure is just absolute max right now. And both players have really switched it on as well. I think the Jackson just tried to take a ground attack shot at the Volksgrenadiers, knowing that they were going to be at low health after the grenade. I mean, like, who tries that? Who tries stuff like that? It didn't work, but, you know, just such amazing ideas coming out of these players right now. Second Jackson is coming onto the field for DevM. He's relying a lot on his infantry, I think, here.
Yeah, well, if he keeps that Scott safe, we've seen it already, that thing can just rack up a kill count, so as long as he's got enough anti-tank to protect that bad boy, he's in a good position.
Luvnest is just trying for those ground attack shots through the fog of war. DevM, you can see, spotted it. And you can see on the ground all of these little pot shots through the fog of war that the players have been taking. And later on, you'll see, you know, these are going to be the medium cover that they're going to use to advance. Yeah, there's more than one reason to ground attack.
Okay, first activation of the artillery flares here for Luvnest. He's got the lay of the land, coming in for some more attack grounds thanks to that site. It's just such a funny attack ground war through this hedgerow at the moment. Double machine guns here. So long range hits on that Panther though.
It is, yeah. Actually, very important that the Panther doesn't give away veterancy to the Jacksons right now. You don't want to be letting those get too strong.
Yeah, Luvnest in a tight position. DevM continuing to advance with these smoke grenades. Oh man, and the Raketten's
going to go down. Lucky to get away with that one. Now the Raketten's down. You just look at the Jacksons as they go in. The Panzer IV goes down. Jackson's ready to continue the push. Actually, I think they're fearing a Faust from the Volksgrenadiers. I'm not sure that Luvnest can do anything about this. DevM just trying to get cheeky grenades off from the Sturm Pioneers, but Luvnest is paying attention here. Radio silence on again. By the way, Luvnest can call in a Command Panther right now, and he hits the button. Panther and Command Panther. Such a shame that the Panzer IV went down. However, I think he was pop capped, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway. What a game.
Yeah.
I actually really like, and I don't know if this was the intention, but the fact that he went for the Panther first, it allowed him to have a call-in tank quick button, you know, by making the standard Panther call before the Command Panther.
Yeah, I don't know if he planned that, but if he did, power to him.
If he didn't, now you know.
Radio silence has been lifted. Units are now visible to the enemy.
Oh, Panther's coming in. He's got the flares up, so he can see that these tanks are appearing at the moment, trying to exploit that. He reacts well though, jumps back inside quickly.
I think the M1 just neglected to fire there and turn the turret.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Yeah.
I was like, guys, wake up. What are you doing? Just keep the vision on at the moment so you can actually see. Oh, huge hits again from the Jackson. I think he's actually guessing through the fog of war there and got lucky that Panther from Luvnest is going to have to pull back now and get repairs. DevM is so aggressive.
Yeah, he's using these smoke grenades on his officers just so well at the moment. It's allowing him to just make these pushes time and time again.
Oh, the Scot is really putting that pressure on too. Just able to dislodge any MG position on the right-hand side. Luvnest, I think, is in a tricky situation right now, but it's all just a fight for the center VP. And the VPs, they're not actually too far apart. Both players still very much in this game right now. Plenty of time to come up with counters to each other's builds. Oh, that was such a quick snare from DevM. He's going to get the longest snare ever on that Panther. The second one is still finishing repairs, but look how far back Luvnest has to go just to avoid these Jacksons. Taking these guess shots through the fog of war.
Yeah, Rakitten was just out of range for all that as well. Return fire.
Well, Tightrope, I mean, where does Luvnest go from here? He's got two Panthers out. You'd think, okay, that's going to be pretty decent helping out against the Jacksons, but he is effectively pop capped right now. There isn't a great deal that he can change. But where does Luvnest go?
I think he just needs to get aggressive with these Panthers at some stage, maybe come in from an unexpected angle and just pick off one of DevM's vehicles and, you know, leverage the high health of the Panther to escape from that kind of aggressive engagement. Because yeah, he can't build anything else. That's all he can do.
Waiting for him to perhaps hit that second ISG. And then that one.
Yeah, I mean, he could go for an IR searchlight, I suppose. Composition, and you know, maybe that would save him some munitions. Wouldn't have to use the flares all the time.
The radio silence is off, and that means DevM can start pushing again. He's got to be constantly wary of that ability. And Luvnest here is constantly Panthers on vehicle only mode, which suggests I think he's just really expecting the Jackson to dive any moment. Scott still being so effective, 2 bottles down off of the Obersoldaten there. Jackson taking a bit of a beating here. This is really danger territory. Actually got caught up by its own Jackson. There's the shot from the Raketten. Huge plays from Luvnest, or rather a misplay from DevM that led to that. That's a serious loss. DevM's going to go diving in for another Jackson. But DevM is not pop capped. I don't think that's an ideal situation from him at all. Major goes down there actually to the Panzerschwerer headquarters. Luvnest's got to be so careful with his Jackson. Sorry, with his Panther against the Jackson. We actually have double layers of MG42s in the center here. One just to suppress, the other to cover for the NG.
DevM, this is the first time for a long time he's had to just like pull all the way back. Maybe losing the lieutenant here as well? Oh man. It's all falling apart for him all of a sudden. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully right now he takes his time, because I would argue that DevM is actually in a really good position for this. He's got time. He has time to build a counter. He knows exactly what Luvnest has got.
Uh-oh, the kitten. Scott's out of range. We're going to see another attack ground clinic there.
The Obersoldaten just pick up a bazooka.
Oh, Command Panther was trying to go for the Scott. Double Jackson's around the corner though. This could be the end of the Command Panther. He's blitzing out, trying to get away.
Oh, the fact that the Panther takes the shot as well. Did it survive?
Oh. Bounces the killing.
How did it survive that? DevM's going to be furious. That was really unlucky, and that was exactly the pickup that he needed right there.
Yeah, after suffering so many losses, Lieutenant, Major, Jackson, he needed to get something back, but Luvnest doesn't allow it, or RNG gods don't allow it, bouncing that final blow. Flares up again. These just have to be weighing on DevM's mind. Every time they're up, he's like, oh man, he knows exactly where I am. What can I even do about this, you know? And he's just about there though for the P-47s, and maybe that could be a difference maker in the next big tank engagement. Looks like DevM charging behind this, maybe looking to leverage those P-47s here.
Yeah, I think he would have to play P-47s on the right-hand side of the map to avoid maybe the Panzerschwerer providing anti-air. Radio silence on again. You can see on the minimap right now, I'm highlighted as DevM, so you can see what DevM would be seeing himself on the minimap, and you can see that it is you can see that it's hard for him. He's gonna have to be really, really focused on the front lines, and hardly has any time really to go back to base. It's so risky as well to be outside of your tank at a time like this with no support, because if those vehicle crew, any of those models really like drop and you can't get back into the tank, it's devastating.
Just comes forwards. Takes quite a lot of damage though. Vet 3 on that Jackson now. That thing's going to be a real weapon.
It's going to go for it. Range. I mean, interestingly, Luvnest has got so many options here because he is, doing really well on fuel still, and he's not going to be able to insta-call in a Command Panther should it go down, but he'll be able to build something immediately if he loses any of his armor, so he's in a really, really good spot. DevM still has plenty of pop cap to play with, so I think that's why DevM is, if he can hold on for a while, he has the potential to lead the game.
Yeah, well, he can even go above 100 pop cap, by decoying his vehicles. He can maybe squeeze 1 or 2 more units in there, which can be quite hard to deal with in the late game.
Absolutely. Just notice that fuel on the right-hand side just isn't being capped by DevM. just so much going on right now. He's actually investing in another M8A1 howitzer. So I actually don't mind this decision because MGs are a problem, infantry are a problem, and I think he maybe just wants to get the manpower income from Luvnest down. I think he wants to force him to constantly be spending manpower on reinforcing, or at least constantly weakening those squads in the front line. So I actually really like this choice. So many munitions as well being banked for the P-47s. So much veterancy in the Jacksons too. Rate of fire has definitely gone up there on one Jackson. You can see it. A pair of them just return shots. Radio silence is on again. Did the Scott just penetrate the Panther?
Might have done.
I think it just penetrated the front armor of the Panther.
The thing with double Scots is, you know, like 2 shots can land in quick succession and just like wipe out a unit instantly. Can really make a difference in terms of squad wipes.
That's going to be so careful with the Jacksons. Radio silence is on, and look how low health that one became there.
Panther's coming in now, maybe behind us. They can charge through those heteros. They do have the heavy crush.
I think actually breaking the heavy crush would be to his disadvantage at the moment. Doesn't want to open the map up against the Jacksons.
Yeah, exactly. So it's needs to be a tactical decision. If he's going to pull the trigger on that, it has to be worthwhile.
I fully agree. Here come the special operations flares from Luvnest. I'll just give you a little glimpse of what his vision is like at the moment, as they've been called just outside of the base. So Luvnest knows where that's coming.
Coming in, going for one of these Scots.
There
it goes. Another one in trouble as well. Oh, and even one doing some big damage.
I actually think if the P-47s were called there, the planes are so likely to get one of these Panthers. What are the Panthers doing? Currently spinning around on the axis. P-47s called in. Here we go. One is down.
About the Command Panther, it's up next. The vetted Jackson is still alive. The other one's down. P-47's connect so well.
This is huge. Can the Jackson get the last shot? It does! Both Panthers are down. DevM has just sealed himself a little bit of a victory. The Command Panther's coming back in straight away. It's already cooled down long enough. But P-47s are going to be all over the battlefield right now, just waiting for that unit to arrive. As soon as it's detected, they're going to fly off and deliver some rounds immediately. Can the Jackson repair quick enough to take advantage of this? That was a huge play from DevM, such a well-timed use of the ability.
And that all happened because Luvnest Panther was just like spinning around for some reason. Oh man. Oh, he's coming in. He's got the flares up. He's going after the Scot. Oh no. Not going to get the kill. Well, maybe he can get the kill on the vetted up Jackson. Jackson trying to get out of range here. AT gun coming around the corner. No machine gun on that Panther, so I can't really do too much against the tank gun here.
Yeah, right. Did you see the M1, by the way? It just caught a shell on that Command Panther right on the edge of its cone of vision. Vox Grenadiers get away with like hardly any health there. And Luvnest doing the right thing here, playing hyper aggressive right now to just try and make sure DevM's got no manpower, so he's struggling to reinforce right now. He's bringing in another Jackson, which would hopefully give him the edge.
Yeah, but Luvnest isn't too far away from the fuel for another Panther, so man, neither player here willing to give an inch. Just such a tight contest.
Oh, this is one of the best Company of Heroes games and series I've like cast and seen in such a long time. They're just so matched against each other right now. Look at the veterancy, by the way, on Luvnest's army. Vet 5 Rakettenwerfer, Vet 5 ISG, Vet 5 MG34, Vet 5 Stern Pioneers, Vet 5 Vox Grenadiers, Vet 5 Obersoldaten. Like, what? What? And how is DevM surviving against this?
It's incredible. Like, this is with DevM, you know, he's got grenades, he's got the Scots, but somehow Luvnest is keeping everything alive. Oh, speaking of things alive, it's no longer the case for the rear echelon. Take a nasty infiltration grenade. Down they go.
This is where it's really difficult. DevM has not taken the fuel on the right-hand side for a long time now, and with the last vehicle that DevM's brought out, the M36 Jackson, he's a long way off getting another vehicle. If he loses one now, it's actually going to be tripling for him. So, this is looking very good for Luvnest right now. Luvnest, of course, also starting to equalize those VPs. And you can tell DevM just must be so stressed because that right fuel point hasn't been capped for a very long time now.
Yeah, he's only got eyes for the victory points at the moment. And one thing that DevM doesn't really have is anything like providing him with long-range sight. So we can't really fully utilize these Jacksons with their 60 range.
So good from Luvnest there. It's a little sprint in with the Obersoldat, and here come the infiltration grenades. DevM has got to go out of there. Scott just doing the Lord's work against the Obersoldat, and so much so that actually it looks like the bazooka is now the primary weapon that appears on the Obersoldat squad. It's quite amusing.
Wait. I can't believe he actually picked up a bazooka with the Obers. It's going to reduce their DPS against infantry. Oh, double Jackson's mobilizing on the Panther, perhaps? Thinking about it. And he pops the coordinated fire. It's enough to scare DVM off.
Such a huge shot from the Jackson. Range, absolutely insane. ISG, by the way, 22 kills now. It's just doing more and more work. Smoke pop there by the M8A1 howitzer, essential in allowing DevM to get one VP in the center. Let's not lie though. I mean, DevM's got a lot of work to do here. He's also playing more risky now than he was before. In fact, I think he's going to lose this rifleman squad to the Obersoldat, and on the retreat, they're so low health. Oh, you see him there just hitting retreat immediately. There's smoke to defend. That's beautiful. Actually, was that from the ISG?
Oh yeah, that was Luvnest's own smoke. It is working for him because the 50 cal was right there, and now that's getting completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And this is not so good at, infantry charging at you head on here is where Sherman would be more effective with the HE rounds. He's hanging on for the moment.
Oh, that was Scott. Can we see them taken down on the retreat? It's so close.
Oh man.
And there's the squad wipe for DevM. Scott's doing really well here. DevM's going to go for another rifleman. I think this is sensible, actually. He knows that Luvnest has been suffering against the 19 infantry.
I'm surprised he doesn't go for another officer, like a rebuild on the lieutenant, because he was making use of those smoke grenades so well early on, and you don't get access to them with regular riflemen. He's already got 3 riflemen, he doesn't really need a snaring squad. So this is a little bit of a surprise for me.
Well, we won't argue with the great DevM.
No, exactly. He wrote the book on US forces, really, so kind of same thing with Asiaman and OKW. You just accept that what they're doing, it must be correct.
It's sad, isn't it, when we as casters, we just have to sometimes just bow down and say, like, well, we can't argue. We'd love to give you some constructive tips about why this is happening. Can't always be done.
One thing that we haven't, well, DevM doesn't have anymore is minesweeping. So if Luvnest can chuck down a few mines, the next time the Jacksons get aggressive, that could backfire quite badly.
Yeah, mines at this stage would be a real thorn in DevM's side. And he has conceded a lot of map control, so there's plenty of opportunity for Luvnest to do that. And also, like, if Luvnest were to just wait for DevM to kind of push, make an assault, and then just turn on radio silence when there's mines, I mean, that would just be absolute chaos for them to deal with. It's so hard.
Okay, speaking of radio silence, here it is again, pressuring the AT gun. Oh, and down it goes. There's such a nasty burst from those Vet 5 Obus.
It's furious. Really, really furious when that does turn on. DevM here, I think he's actually waiting for a vehicle.
Oh! What a shot. Just denied the opportunity to get that AT gun back. DevM going for another Sherman, but I think Luvnest is going for the King Tiger.
I saw that earlier. I thought, no, surely not.
Yeah, he's got the mechanized down. He's got a huge float. Oh no, he's putting another Raketin. Just as I say that, huh? Okay.
You tease Tightrope. You just got everyone so excited, Ben. Including me.
It's just like, about 50 manpower away from it. I thought it was going to happen.
Radio silence has been lifted. Units are now visible to the enemy.
The Sherman's really good. He's got munitions for the P-47 air strafing run as well, loiter rather. And you know, with a good assault, he could do some serious damage. Spec Ops flares, artillery flares are called in. So at the moment, Luvnest knows. You can see all. Mysterious Eye of Sauron. It's amazing, really, though, how much of a hard time the Panthers in this game have had pushing the lines. You think, like, Luvnest has just had this godly army on the field for so long, but he hasn't been able to play that aggression. And also, I think it's because, you know, he doesn't have those units which are, like, aggressive units. He's got the Obersoldaten, yes, and he's got, you know, one squad of Volksgrenadiers, so actually his pushing units have dwindled. He's got a very good, like, defense platform, but, really is it.
The capture point is being overrun.
Yeah, it's just a crazy war of attrition for the VPs. Still over 100 for both players left, and we're 52 minutes into the match.
Yeah, this has the this could go on forever, it feels like.
Good. But Luvnest sneaking onto that VP. I think that's the first time he's capped it in a very, very long time. Launching up to the south finally.
I think you can already tell the addition of the Sherman is really, really beneficial to DevM's loadout. It's just going to stop those initial pushes, is going to allow the rifleman to do really good work. Doesn't want to lose that at any cost. It's actually blocked in by the Scot. DevM, though, I think has to be equally careful, because when you bunch up like that, you're just begging that Scot to hit you with a shell. It's a huge shot from the ISG there as well. We see forcing the rifleman squad away.
I think at the moment it's just going to come down to the Raketin positioning of Luvnest. If you can sneak them in, maybe you can get something going here. And same story, if they're out of position, he could be in some big trouble, because as you mentioned, he's only got one snaring squad left. Hasn't put down any mines. So the aggressive vehicle play from DevM could be huge, especially if those Raketins are out of position.
He's got to be really careful as well, you know, with the units that he keeps on the front line. The Scot doesn't have a great deal of health there. It needs to be there for the smoke, obviously, but you know, we've seen those Panther dives, and they've been strong.
Yeah, you don't know what Luvnest is going to go for next. It's a mystery at this stage, because he doesn't have the pop for the King Tiger anymore after building that second Raketin.
Yeah, his army is, I think, to me it feels slightly awkward. You know, slightly awkward to have on the field, because just how aggressive can you really be with this? Someone's asking, by the way, Scot and ISG, how many kills? Well, the ISG's on 28 kills, and Scot is on 40. Scot shot has arguably been pretty effective here. Smoke there popped from the Sherman. Constant support being given for this point in the center. And do I detect that DevM is like coming back into this game?
Yes. Yeah, he's built his army back up. He's also close to the pop cable. Oh my god. Limit. Huge shot there from the infantry support gun, trying to do its best Scott impersonation. Okay, well, okay, Luvnest started a Panther but decided against it. Now going for the walking Stuka.
That's interesting. That's a really interesting decision there. I'm not sure how I feel about it though, to be honest. Oh, it's a huge hit from the Scott. I was worried there for a second we could see the Obersoldaten go down. But we haven't. Got away just thanks to the smoke. I think smoke was actually delivered from the Sherman there, which helped the Obersoldaten get out of that engagement. Huge hits from the Jackson. This Vet 3 Jackson just sitting on the front line, stopping any of these Panthers being effective. And we're just thinking, what is this Stuka going to deliver on this map? I mean, really, we've only got the machine gun as a position there. Is it going to be super effective against the Scott? Is he waiting for DevM to pop out of his vehicles and then try and hit them with the Stuka shot? It's possible. But not likely.
Well, I mean, they can do pretty good damage to vehicles, the walking Stuka. It's probably the most damaging of all the artillery pieces against tanks, so...
This game is just so beautiful. Like, the dance around the center VP here has just been incredible. And, you know, you just see the grenades being dodged through the fog of war. Here's Luvnest. You can see him now just popping the special operations flares. You can see everything that DevM has there. I think he's going to be a little bit worried, but that signals to me that the Stuka's going to be firing. And here comes that first shot. It's very effective against the Scott.
Yeah, he really kills it there. Oh, getting in from the side. The Jackson missing its shot though. Panther thinking about coming through the center. Sherman low. Oof. Away for the moment though.
It's a really tough one. I think DevM was just thinking, should I go for the Panther? Should we do a ground shot from Luvnest there? The Panther's going for the dive. Check this out. Oh, DevM hasn't gone back far enough. And there it is, Sherman down. Luvnest has realized it's now or never. Obersoldaten, by the way. Just healing whilst on the move, firing on the move. Such a Terminator at Veteran C5. Is fought to earn.
Yeah, and Luvnest trying to set up a triple cap here all of a sudden. DevM about to tick under 100. He does still have those P-47s locked and loaded though, so it could be a big feature of his next push out. And DevM still has plenty of resources, you know, 500 manpower in the bank, so he's got a lot to work with at the moment.
Have you seen Luvnest's fuel?
Yeah, well.
Banking 600 fuel at the moment. Gluttonous fuel play from Luvnest. We have to see some really special things here. I think DevM's actually been playing out of his skin given what he's been up against in veterancy from his opponent. And he's got to be careful. He's got to be really, really careful here. The Jacksons.
Yep, the P-47s.
Yep, good call. There's going to be rear armor here on the Panther as well.
Chasing in after it. The 3 Jackson could be in trouble though. Down it goes. Mum had the one shot from. Can he finish the job or will he just miss? No.
DevM. What a beautiful, beautiful play from DevM. Obersoldaten on the right hand side could go down to the Sherman here. That's gotta be a kill, surely. Yes, and they dropped the MG34, which is huge. DevM now dropping below 75 VPs. Command Panther called in for Luvnest, and smoke being dropped on the center VP because DevM knows he has to get control of that VP. Command Panther here is going to come in as a surprise. I think DevM's going to be a bit shocked to see that. He's going to lose the Sherman for sure. And it looked promising, but it is kind of falling to pieces. But you look at Luvnest, he's losing a lot of models now to the Scott. Command Panther's going to try and force that unit away. Stone Pioneers no longer able to defend the point there. There's a bit of vision given by the 50 cal on the right hand side, so the Jackson is coming back in. Veterancy 2 now. These Jacksons are scary. Oof. We're getting long range, look at that. Now, Tightrope. Look at Luvnest's army now after that engagement. Are we going to see a comeback?
Well, there's a lot of decreed team weapons at the moment, so if DevM can finish the job on these, deny them to Luvnest, he can certainly hurt Luvnest a lot, and he's going for the steal on one of the machine guns. He can kill that decreed kitten as well. DevM's going to be in a really nice position. Luvnest does have a few more VPs to work with though, 167, so he has a bit of time to rebuild. Don't think that walking Stuka hit anything really there.
Got the one Jackson. DevM's going to go for another Jackson. Slowly he's been whittling down the infantry forces of Luvnest. It's smart play. The Scott, by the way, let's see how many kills now. 56 kills on that howitzer. And smoke there being popped. This is a
he's charging it.
Where's he going?
Oh, big bundle grenade. Smoke covering the retreat.
It's so tense.
This has happened so many times throughout the match, like both units standing in smoke just trying to throw grenades on each other blindly. Oh, so big push here.
No MG on the right hand side to stop the riflemen this time, so actually they're going to go in. I think they could actually clear the Rakettans, and yeah, Luvnest wants to keep the Veterancy 5 there on the Rakettan. That's a big steal. Is he going to go for the Rakett Weapon, or is he going to try and go for the Snare? Actually, no, just trying to chase away the ISG. This is such a good play from DevM. Could this be the moment where he tips the game?
Oh,
34
boy.
Could also go down, and it does. Luvnest not looking so strong at the moment.
Steal on the Rakettan too from DevM. Oh man. Oh, can I get away though? Ober's coming in with some nasty LMG fire. Oh, God.
Well, does this allow Luvnest to now build some counters with the fuel he has? Or is he just going to be suffering such manpower attrition from this point onwards?
He's already got the counter. He's got the walking Stuka. That should work well against the team weapons. It's ready to fire. It hasn't fired for quite some time now.
I'm so glad to see Luvnest still playing aggressively at this moment. You know, still forcing DevM support weapons back to base, forcing reinforcements, forcing manpower spend, and it's really what the game has come to.
It's just you're never safe. You know, you're out the back, preparing up your tanks, and then Luvnest just swoops in with the Panther, with the Rakettans, and you're like, oh damn it. Have to react to that all of a sudden. Very, very hard to deal with, and certainly weighing on DevM's mind constantly.
I love this from DevM as well. You can just sit in the cover position here, and he's got really good sight for the Jackson.
DevM read that one like a book. Yeah.
As well as all this, we've passed the hour mark in this game. Hour-long game in an ace game. And two players who have played out of their skin in this tournament so far. They've played out of their skin in this series. And it's still going. And actually has the potential, I think, to go for another 20 minutes.
This could be the longest tournament match in COH history. It's just, oh, what a pleasure to watch as well.
It is. I'm glad I picked my can of Relentless that I'd reserved for this weekend out of the fridge for this game when I did.
Fit 5, Rakitten taking quite a lot of damage there from that 50 cal.
Yeah, that really has to get out of there quickly. The Veteran C5 and all of the infantry right now is a godsend for Luvnest because it's something that will really, you know, save him. Panther's taking damage. Snare's going to come in here. This is a serious problem for Luvnest. Rakitten Werfer shouldn't be having to deal with this with a two-man squad.
That's the difference here. I think most people, two-man Rakitten, they would have retreated there, but Luvnest kept it on the battlefield, and he desperately needed it. Without that there, those Jacksons could have come in and finished off the Panther. That was clutch.
Absolutely. DevM can actually go for another tank now, so he can get back up to that build where he had the Sherman in the loadout. A Sherman right now would just be too much, surely. I'm still laughing about this Orbital dart with the bazooka. Every engagement I see this guy just reloading the thing.
Okay, here comes the walking Stuka, dodging his machine gun. Oh, perfect. Dodges out to the side.
Oh! The Vet 5 Orbital dart down! No.
Oh, that might be a little bit too tough now for Luvnest to come back from. He needed those overs so badly. Oh, that is heartbreaking for him. Scott finally strikes the killing blow.
That may have been the moment. I don't know if we can get the replay on that. I don't know if I set the replay up for 1 minute or 20 seconds, but I'm not sure if we'll actually get to see that. Absolutely crucial moment.
The Jacksons are mobilizing. DevM looking to get aggressive behind this. Oh, the infantry support gun goes down as well. Jackson trying to finish the job on the decrew weapon. Rebuild on the Obers from Luvnest. He does have the opportunity to maybe, you know, go for another tank here or something, but rebuilding the Obers.
See, there are people who aren't listening to the cast wondering, what was that replay? I was hoping to catch the Obersoldaten again, but I messed around with the replay timings recently and I can't remember what it was. By the way, Tightrope, MG34 is still there on the right-hand side of the map. And I'm thinking, could you imagine if Luvnest, like... Oh, it's just got picked up by the rifleman. Can you imagine if he got his new Obersoldaten picked up the second? Beautiful.
Oh! Out of nowhere, down goes the Jackson in the center.
Luvnest is playing out of his skin at the moment to get back into this. The VPs are coming close to equalizing again, just 20 difference in VPs between them. Panther's starting to get aggressive now as well.
Yeah, Luvnest getting a bit desperate. Oh, good. There we go. Walking Stuka finally gets something done there. Decreeing the Rakitten. Allows the Panther a bit more breathing room in the center now. Instant rebuild on that Jackson, though, from DevM.
This is absolutely crazy. How Luvnest is even surviving here, I don't know. But surviving is one thing. He's actually making a credible comeback right now. As we're about to see the center VP get decapped.
Neck and neck on the victory points. Luvnest with a 10 VP lead at this stage, but that could go down in a split second. Okay, he's got the cap off though.
I think it's going to be very difficult to keep track of which squad has the LMG-34, but I think it's this squad on the VP at the moment. So we're going to watch the Obersoldaten compare each other's weapons against each other.
Oh, double Jackson's on. Oh, it's in some trouble.
No! The Scott again! And they've dropped the LMG for the second time. This time the Stern Pioneers have it. They have a bar. They have an LMG-34. This is crazy, but of course the riflemen actually retain their weapon. Scott now on 70 kills.
I think it's been on the battlefield for about 40 minutes, maybe even 50 at this stage. So is that plenty of time to work with it?
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, this is kind of like how OKW was designed, you know, like you have super veteran CLE units, even when you have few of them, can kind of survive on their own a little bit. I mean, DevM is still finding it difficult somewhat with the army he has. I think at this stage, I would actually call it to say that DevM is very likely to win this one, but this game is turned around and around and around.
Yeah, especially with P-47s in the bag, you know, if his army armor gets in a sticky situation, you can just pop that, get out of jail free card, and then just run down the VP clock from here. So DevM looks to be in the winning position right now.
Luvnest is going for those orbital darting again. I feel so bad for him. Is this the 4th squad? I think it's the 4th squad.
Yeah, 4th.
50 and 51 VPs. 1 hour and 12 minutes into this game. And I'm exhausted. Like, I can't even imagine how exhausted these guys are.
He doesn't even have the munitions for the upgrade on the overs, so I don't know, they're not going to be terribly effective without that. There's walking Stuka.
It's not a bad position. I think he was unlucky to get the 50 cal there. MG34. Well, actually, it's a stolen 50 cal. He's got to really do some work to pin down all these squads here for the Volksgrenadiers, but the Scott again nearly causing a squad wipe on the retreat. And what do we have here? P-47's coming in again. This time whilst the Jacksons come in.
That's what I was talking about. He just pops them. Nice and breathing room in the center and going to try to drain out the victory points from here.
All gun batteries reporting. Reconnaissance by flare now available.
Man, Luvnest coming back in. With the Panther, the machine gun on the Panther is going to reveal its position. P-47 is going to come through for some more damage. Oh! Squad down, infantry support gun. Even unvetted doing some nasty damage.
You really don't expect to see that. This is bad. It's down! The Command Panther is down! Such poor timing there. Luvnest loses it to the P-47s. I think he didn't realize that they'd flown off the map, tracking him. How on earth do you get back into this game now?
He's got to try it though. So much money on the line. He's not going to give up yet. And DevM, yo, doesn't have many VPs. Oh, but the Sherman. What a shot there. He just can't get in the victory point circle at the moment. There's pressure kicking in. The Sherman blasting out any squad trying to get into the middle.
Yeah, smoke is really, really needed right now from the ISG just to allow them at least to get onto the point.
A really good walking Stuka barrage. Finish off the machine gun. Okay, maybe you can get something going here. Sherman coming around the corner though. Rakitten's right there.
Oh! Stern Pioneers go down. This is really starting to look unwinnable now for Luvnest. He's about to come under the 10 VP mark. I don't actually think there is enough time to get on a VP right now. So I don't know about you, Tightrope, but I think we're gonna say that DevM is the winner of this Ace Game series. What a crazy, crazy game.
Oh, absolutely incredible. Both players played their hearts out here. Such a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, and both of these players absolutely deserved to go through in this tournament. They played their hearts out, they studied hard, they put on an amazing show. One of these players can still make it into the grand finals. And there we go, Luvnest dropped from the game. And Tightrope, I'm not going to leave this game just yet because I think we we should have a look at some of the units in this game and just recap like how effective some of what a DevM used has been. Let's start with the M8A1 Scott with 76 kills in this game. MVP. I mean, like do you expect that Tightrope? I mean,
I was just constantly doing bleed throughout the whole match, but then in that last 20 minutes, so many squad wipes as a result of that Scott, and that really swung the game in DVM's favor. That was a huge factor this game.
Yeah, I mean, at the start it wasn't actually wiping squads, but later on in the game, we just saw with the bars they take down a lot of the health. Suddenly the Scott splash damage just huge. Once the Sherman's on the field, impossible like to keep infantry alive in the center, and that's that's just such a beautiful game to watch. Let's just have a look at the match stats as well, because this is pretty insane too. So many units killed, and this is like rare to see in a 1v1. In a 1v1 to see both players above 100k damage dealt.
Yeah.
Like these are 4v4 statistics.
Yeah, hard to achieve without an elephant just blasting away constantly.
Absolutely, but you can just see some of the stats here. You can see where Luvnest just couldn't pick up. That being said, though, Luvnest was actually ahead for most of the game in terms of points held. So, and I noticed that, and I just thought, actually, because he was constantly pop capped, because he was constantly having to reinforce from the Scott, you can see Luvnest banked so many resources, but he just couldn't do anything with it. Just one of the best the Company of Heroes series cast for a long time. And any final words on this before I go back, Tightrope?
No, this is a classic match. This one will go down in history.
GG, well played to both players.
Yep.
Right, everyone, we are back after that incredible ace game. That's just a phenomenal game. By the way, if anyone wants the replays to this game, which I'm sure they will, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to analyze that. I believe you can get them from the Discord channel, the World Championship Series. And Duke Jason, thank you very much for the gifting the subs just then. Massively appreciate that. I'll put your channel out in a second as a small token of thanks. Tightrope, I just want to say, by the way, it's an absolute pleasure to cast that game with you. Thanks for providing like such epic insights into the game. And I was trying to say it at one point during the game, but it was so intense that I couldn't get around to it. Tightrope, I would actually argue that Tightrope is part of the reason why players in tournaments today can play as well as they can play, because Tightrope is one of those people that actually goes and pulls out what all these units can do. He looks at, like, we saw it in that game. Why do you recruit, empty weapons with certain units? Because they give you these, like, tiny little differences in how the game can be played. They give you tiny benefits, even negative effects sometimes. And, Tightrope's fantastic at doing that. So actually, Tightrope, please go and advertise your YouTube channel. And I want to see everyone actually go and watch these videos, because just look at the effect it has on the player base. It's just such a good game. But Tightrope, please.
Yeah, Tightrope Gaming on YouTube, and Tightrope Zalo here on Twitch. So, dip around an auto match, have a bit of fun there. If you want to see some slightly less meta strategies, I can cater for you that.
Spam this out. I hope that's correct, Tightrope. But I'm still like cooling down after that series.
yeah.
Like we just need to breathe.
Shell cost after that match. I can only imagine the players be in a similar state.
Yeah, yeah. That's really just rarely see games like that. Let's go over to the brackets and just refresh ourselves on how the tournament has gone so far, and we'll just look at the journey that these two players have followed. You know, Luvnest, in the upper brackets, he went 2-0 against Earlpun in the round of 16. In the quarterfinals, that's when we saw Luvnest versus DevM round 1, which DevM won that series as well, 2-1. And that one a bit shorter, but again, going through DevM today, he dropped out of the semi-finals against Isildur 2-0. If anyone caught that series, by the way, Isildur, very, very on form. Still, I think one of the top players to watch in this tournament at the moment. And Luvnest today, lower brackets, 2-0ing Von Ivan, meeting DevM once again in the lower brackets. But if you thought this game was hype, next Saturday, 21st of November, 2 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. CET, 6 a.m. PT, the upper finals, Nagano against Isildur. And you just look at Nagano running through this tournament. You look at Isildur running through this tournament. Isildur hasn't dropped a game so far. Nagano has dropped one game. That's a hype series. That's a really hype series. I don't know if it could top the series that we just cast, but
it has the opportunity to, because we were regretting that this series wasn't best of 5, but next weekend will be best of 5 series, so plenty of opportunities for these players to prove their worth.
Can you actually imagine if we did ask them to play a best of 5 today?
After that last one, oh man, it would have been a true match.
Oh, be like, that would be horrendous. But yeah, what a great showing, and thanks everyone for being here as well. We were pushing like 1,200 viewers during that cast, and it's an absolute pleasure to have everybody here. Like, thank you to AE and Ed, who were casting on the official Relic Entertainment stream earlier on, who threw the host over. Helping hands in chat, by the way, thank you very much for the compliments to Tightrope and me. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. This tournament has just got such good potential now that we move into the upper finals and the grand finals next weekend. You've also got games to be cast. You've got 2 series for the lower finals. So there's still a lot more content to come. Now that we've narrowed it down, we've just got the game's ultra top refined players left in the mix. So please do join us next weekend from Saturday. Grand finals will be on Sunday. Tightrope, I'm just going to spam your channel out a little bit more. Guys, please follow Tightrope Gaming on YouTube, because there's just so many good videos. You'll learn so much in the game.
Yeah, I just released it this weekend. Why the Team Killer Ambulance in-game match stat happens. It's one of Co's greatest mysteries. Finally answered.
The what was it? The pyrotechnics.
Yeah, that's in there too.
Is that the one you're on about?
Oh, the Team Killer Ambulance.
Yeah. Well, actually, just explain that to me now. Is it splash damage? What is it?
No, there's some barrels on the US Forces base, and when the ambulance runs into them, they count as lost. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that after this stream closes. That's hilarious. We've seen a lot of crazy things in Company of Heroes. They were talking on the official stream earlier, I think, about just the kind of, we used to get the SWS half track being able to crush infantry. There's still bulletins in the game to increase the speed of that supply half track. I think, for that purpose. So yeah, it's I'm in a mild state of euphoria, Tightrope. I've gone giggly because of how long that game was. Just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I should give a shout out as well whilst we're all here to Ed 80 Hertz and AE COH. This tournament has kind of come together off the back of the Master League, which AE is running with the help of an incredible series of tournament organizers and mods and referees, who I also give a fantastic shout out to because, you know, they do so much work behind the scenes. It's like for us to just be able to get into games quickly and stuff, it's a lot harder work than you'd think it was. And it's really, really well managed by everybody behind the scenes. So I'm not going to name the long list, but you can go onto the Discord and, you know, check out who are the mods and referees there. Huge thank you. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart as a tournament organizer, huge thank you for making this run smoothly. So yeah, I'm just thinking, actually, I wonder if... I'm just going to see if any of the players want to come in for an interview.
Oh, I saw Luvnest in chat before.
Yeah, because I think it would be nice just to get these guys on. I've just pinged them a message. DevM, Luvnest, if you're on the channel right now. Assuming DevM hasn't hit the pub already. I'll give it a minute to see if they do want to come in. But you know, it'd be good to hear their feedback, and you know, I'm sure that we will at some point get those guys on, whether it's a stream or something like that. But
yeah, maybe you can get them on the masterclass then.
Thank you very much, Tightrope, for that lead in. Yeah, I have a surprise for everyone. I say surprise. Yeah, my surprise is just that I'm going to upload a video to YouTube first in so long. So for anyone that watched the previous masterclass series, I've done one with Helping Hands, one with Von Ivan, one with Luvnest in the past, just previewing different builds that they've done over time, which is kind of like a focused discussion with them, and we watch the games from their point of view. I've got 2 more coming for you, and I will just break the suspense on that one of them is DevM. We're going to see a DevM USF masterclass, which I think, if you watch that game, is going to be something to watch and listen to his thoughts on it. By the way, DevM is going to come in for an interview. I haven't heard from Luvnest yet, but we'll have one of the two. And also, I'm going to do one with Siberian. Siberian's going to do one, because actually his performance in a 2v2 show match recently was so good that I actually thought he's going to be able to explain austere in very, very cool ways. Let's get DevM into the call. I'm just going to add him. Tightrope, I haven't got you as a friend on this Discord account because I'm using my weird account. Would you mind just giving me a friend request so that I can add DevM to our call?
All right.
Friends pending. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, I don't have DevM on this one. I'll tell you what, actually, Tightrope, if you go, are you on, let me send you a quick link to this. We'll set up an interview for everyone, just so we can talk to DevM.
We could all join the World Championships.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a locked room in there?
There's 2 casting rooms in there. But we might not. Yeah,
let's jump into player chat 1, and Kirihi Sternpanther, if you're watching, please can you lock the channel? And then DevM, if you're here, so say make your way to code WC 2020 Discord player chat 1. So DevM will be here in just a second. Let me know when he comes in. We'll ask questions as well from chat. If you guys had anything that you want to say, don't do it now because it'll be really hard for me to keep track of. But when I tell you, just tag me at Stormless, and then maybe ask some questions.
He's in.
He's in. All right. DevM.
Yes, Stormless.
How are you, my friend?
Exhausted at the moment.
Yeah, I can imagine. Take it from me and Tightrope, that was just one of the best series we've watched in such a long time, and I think that must have been absolutely grueling for you. But do you want to just tell us about how that went from your perspective?
So game one, I think, was a pretty close match overall. I think that I did a few mistakes with how I used the P4 when it came out. I think I also gave him an MG, which in the end I think really hurt me in the sense that I didn't have a crowd control kind of unit to hold the map. But game two, I kind of reset my mindset because I knew from the practice I had with Isildur that my USF in that map is pretty strong. So I knew I could take him on, and that game went, I think, perfectly. I don't think I did many mistakes. And then for game three, yeah, I had a match versus OKW already, I think, in this tournament against Ashabla.
Right.
And I used Airborne in that game, and it went pretty well as well. So I went with Airborne again. But this time, I think that I kind of faltered when the P4 came around. I wasn't quite ready for it. I think I overextended, which basically extended the game for so long. And then Luvnest did a super good comeback, and I was in the back foot. And really, my only way to come back was to wait for the Scott to clear the MGs and smoke the center of the map. Yeah, so my plan really was to calm myself down since I knew I was in the back foot with USF, which we both know that it's not the greatest faction to come back. But yeah, I was kind of waiting for Luvnest to do a mistake and then rush in with the Jacksons and with the P47 ability. And I think that happened at some point, and that gave me a break in the game. And then it was a matter of slowly smoking the center and wait for the Scott to do its damage. So that was kind of nerve-wracking to wait all that long with the VP sticking down, waiting for my opportunity to come back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we watched that, and actually just, you know, it looked painful for you at some times. And I was saying to Tightrope, like at one point we looked over at the top of the screen and we're like, Luvnest has Vet 5 everything. Every single unit was like Vet 5, including the ISG, the Raketten, you know, your machine gun that he'd stolen. You know, everything's Vet 5.
Does he have a Scott though?
Does he have a Scott? DevM, you scoundrel. That Scott. I mean, let's talk about the Scott MVP. I mean, when you invested in that unit, did you anticipate for a moment that it was ever going to perform to the level that it did?
I mean, I know that the Scott is a pretty good unit that doesn't get used that often, but I didn't expect it to get to, what, 70 kills?
76 kills.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, but I knew it would, you know, do good damage to Luvnest.
Yeah. It's it's crazy. Someone just asking, by the way, you can get Vet 5 on stolen 50 cal? No. Sorry. But yeah, actually, there's a question that Tightrope and I wanted to ask you, which came up during the game about the 50 cal, which was, so when you were dropping the 50 cals rather than building them from the lieutenant tier, and we noticed you were crewing them with echelons. I mean, is there a reason that you were doing that?
Yeah, so I think overall it kind of comes cheaper to drop the machine gun and crew them with a rear echelon. It also has the important fact that you're not using 280 manpower from the get-go. You're kind of splitting the manpower, so you can get the MG sooner and then kind of pay for the reinforcement later. So you get the MG sooner into action.
It's so next level. So DevM's like spreading out he's like loaning the bank, you know, with his MG drops.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I want the MG now, I'll pay you for it later, General. That's really like top level play, and I was just telling everyone DevM will be doing a masterclass together soon, and you can expect to hear that kind of top level stuff from DevM. He's just like someone you just want to extract as much as you can out of him. Tightrope, I mean, do you have any questions for DevM? Or?
Oh yeah, there's one decision you made like super late. You made a 4th rifleman squad, which I thought was curious. Maybe instead of like paratroopers or rebuilding officer, what was the decision making there?
Yeah, airbornes are more costly than riflemen overall, and I just wanted units to kind of throw into the VP and cap it. And yeah, they were basically a meat shield for the Scots to do its its job. So that's why I didn't go for them.
Yeah, I thought you might have rebuilt the officer as well because you were making use of the smoke so well on those earlier in the match.
Yeah, the officer. Yeah, I thought about it, but I just didn't find it that in that case it would be worth it up against the usual rifleman, which I can more easily, I think, get into the field.
By the way, let's not entirely focus on how good you've done today, DevM, because it hasn't been an easy day for you all day, has it?
No, it hasn't.
Let's take you down off of your throne a little bit. So what happened in the semi-finals with your game against Isildur?
I knew it would be a tough match because that map, I think, is Axie's favorite. And USF really struggles there. So that game 1 went super bad. I think it shouldn't have gone as bad if I played it correctly, but it did. It happens. And in game 2, I was dominating the match early to mid game, and then I kind of threw my lead with some stupid decisions yet again. So yeah, I think I would say game 1 he definitely stomped, and game 2 was more of a throw from me than anything else.
Sure. I mean, actually looking at your your next game next weekend on Saturday against Asia Mint, I mean, you still have a chance, and I said this during the games, like DevM still has a chance right now to get into the grand finals. It's not the first time you've done this, is it, DevM?
No, it isn't.
Drop into the lower brackets, sneak your way into the grand finals.
It was planned all along.
It's good training in the lower brackets, you get a lot more games.
Yeah, and he has time to then watch the upper finals. But I mean, yeah, against Asia Mint, like, how are you feeling against for your next series in the tournament?
I think, yeah, I'm pretty confident against Asia Mint. I wasn't actually expecting Nogano to do so well in that series against him, and I think that bodes well for me that he 2-0'd Asia Mint. I don't want a repeat of what happened last time against Asia Mint, which went pretty bad. I think I'm in a better form, I would say, right now. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that I can beat him. Not sure if it's going to be a stomp or not, or if it's going to be close matches. I would have to see.
Yeah, it's arguably a very tough route for you to get into the finals because if you were to win the lower 13 bracket, you'd be up against either Nagano or Isildur, whoever comes out of that series. Both of which, the only person that's dropped a game out of those two players at all is Nagano, who dropped a game against Von Asten in the quarterfinals. So really, I mean, like, both players are just on crazy streaks. So that is going to be tough. But DevM, you played the game like it's the grand finals, as far as I'm concerned.
Definitely did. I had to.
Yeah. You definitely deserve to be there.
If someone was to knock out Luvnest out of the tournament, I wanted it to be me, so I kind of dropped out against Isildur, came on to the lower bracket. Some revenge from the last times.
Such drama. Tightrope, do we want to open up to some questions from Twitch?
Yeah, fire them through, guys. Let's see let's get some answers from DevM. This guy's a legend.
Yeah, now's your chance. Just tag me at Stormless. We'll try and keep track of it. We'll do like 5 questions or something. So first come, first served. We're not going to ask Nico's questions though.
I will answer it though. 10-star jumps. It's my maximum.
DevM, did you have your coffee before that game, by the way?
No, I had my coffee before the Zelda series.
Oh. The secret weapon.
Not many people know about it.
This one didn't tag me, but I'll ask it anyway. So Jacolto is saying, did DevM expect Luvnest to play OKW in the Ace match?
No, I didn't. I expected Exhaustia again. I was quite surprised. With that said, I would be more worried if I hadn't played that matchup in that same map against Ashabwa.
Hmm.
So I was still pretty comfortable coming in.
Cool. Well, actually, it leads into the next questions. I Choose the Stake says, what are your thoughts on OKW's viability at the moment?
I think they're fine, actually. I think that they can do well in some maps where Ostrupen can't do as well. But I think that you need to kind of play better than you do with Ostrupen to actually get a win.
Right.
One thing is guaranteed, though, I feel like. On some maps, you're going to bleed more the VPs of your opponent with OKW, which I think gave me the edge this series, because game 1 I drained Luvnest much more.
Right. OKW, sorry, Ostrupen, so cheap. Next question, Ikai. Yeah, I think that's Ikai. Why did you choose OKW over Ostrupen in game 1?
I played some Ostrupen games on that map, and I didn't have the best results, I would say. So I wanted to try out OKW, even though I was like first timing it. And I think that it was going well. So apart some, excluding some mistakes, I think that it was going well. So that's why I did it. I wanted to kind of have an more aggressive playstyle on that map. And with the walls around the south field and all that, I felt like OKW could be a good match for the map.
Awesome. Isildur Narsil. Is this Izzy right here?
I think it is.
Is it? I don't know. He says, DevM, how many games are we going to play from now till Saturday? You don't have to answer that one, DevM.
I'm sorry, Isildur. Our screams are over from now on.
Yeah. Choose your screwing partner wisely. Ace Hero says, Stormless, ask him why no Pathfinders for the M36s.
No Pathfinders. Because overall I don't like how you kind of play around with that unit. It doesn't fit me or my playstyle. But I don't think that the unit itself is bad.
Sure. I was actually wondering the same thing with the Pathfinders, because I thought actually you probably may go for that, even just to drop some cheeky artillery on those machine gun positions. But
they don't have them in the recon.
Is it the infrared that have the artillery? Right. Okay. Yeah. There's me making a fool of myself again. Androphyte, how many practice games to prepare for that kind of tournament?
That's a tough question because I'm not counting them. So I played with, I think, Nogano, Isildur, mainly Isildur, and Van Asten to prepare for the tournament. I'm not sure how many games I actually, maybe like 2 to 4 games a day for like maybe 2 weeks. I think that the quantity is not the answer; it's the quality of the matches, And against Isildur and Nogano and Van Asten, it's always a good practice.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think Tightrope, unless you have any more questions, I think we can stop it there.
Yeah. Go on to Luvnest, maybe. He's in the chat now.
Oh, Luvnest is here. Luvnest, I mean, if you're listening right now, Luvnest, you can come and join. We're in player chat 1. And
he's in. Can you not hear him?
No, I can't actually. Oh, 1 second. I have to mute people in this account normally, so Luvnest, hello.
Hey, Danny. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, sorry, it's part of my setup. I normally have people muted on this account, but
Sure, it's nothing personal then. You don't have me muted in general.
I would never do that to you, Luvnest. I would never ever do that to you.
All
But
right, all right.
oh, this is awesome. Well,
Luvnest remembers this. Yeah.
Yeah. Luvnest, you're never kind to me in 1v1s when we do come across each other anyway. So, it couldn't get any worse than it is, I'm sure. But Luvnest, I have to ask you the obvious question. Like, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, a little bit disappointed. I thought my matches today with Axis were pretty bad, but in that last game I really thought that I had him, and yeah, a bit disappointed that I didn't use the chances that I had in order to close the game. But yeah.
It must have been like, yeah, we were saying it's like an intense game, but you actually got to this point with OKW that a few people like dare to dream of, with Vet 5 on like everything.
I actually think that OKW is better on crossroads, especially if games drag out for this long. I think I wouldn't have stand a chance with Oster for a game this long. OKW is pretty good in that regard.
Sure.
And I had all the tools. I just didn't use. I'm a little bit more of a reactive, passive player. I like to grind my opponents, but there were a couple of chances that I should have used in order to dive, where I didn't, and that kind of ruined my chance. And the Scots did their damage over time, and I couldn't inflict the same amount of damage in return. And yeah, slowly but surely, one squad after another, they disappeared.
Yeah. How furious you must be with that Scot.
No, it's not really that Scot. It's just a matter of reaching it. Like the Scot itself is pretty fragile. But if there are like two Jacksons backing it up, you thinking if you don't dive and do it like really good, because those dives can go horribly wrong with two Jacksons. They just have to reverse, and you're dead. But I just feel like the commander was the right choice, but in the end it was like, what did I have to go for in order to survive this Yak Tiger? I don't know. But I don't want to like rely on you have to dive. That's usually not my style. I'll dive, but only if I know that I come on top afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, did you actually feel, because I was looking at like the elephant in the room was the 800 fuel banked during that game. But I mean, did you feel like any PopCap pressures during that game? Did you feel like you just like needed that extra unit but couldn't get it?
I feel like, yeah, well, the bleed was pretty heavy because of the Scots, but I felt like which vehicle would have helped me against double Scots? I felt like I can just go like towards the infantry department. I had the command tank. I would have gone KT, but you can't if you have a command panther, and maybe parked it in the middle and then lure him into the Raketens and everything. But I couldn't really think of a vehicle that would have helped me.
Sure. There's some questions in the Twitch chat right now. Two questions. I'll ask. So I'll answer the one from Fast Eddie. Luvnest played incredibly, but why the Stuka choice?
Yeah, in hindsight, that was a wrong decision. But at that point, I had not lost any infantry yet, so I had a pretty complete army. And for some reason, like I felt it felt weird because he was snowballing in the center, and I was like, I need something to break this. But there weren't really support weapons. It was just the Scott and the Jacksons. So I don't know. I just felt like I need to break this stranglehold in the center, but the Stuka was the wrong tool. I should have gone something else. But to be honest, I didn't really know what to get. Like, as I said, Yak Tiger. That's the thing I needed.
All right,
or maybe Yak Panzer. I don't know.
Possibly. Let's have a look. Luvnest, does he think Scott and Comet need a rework?
Well, the Comet needs to get his animation fixed, but apart from that, I think it's fine. And Scott, I don't know. I feel like it's more the clumping behavior of models that needs to be fixed, because if sometimes units retreat, they bunch up like on the same spot, and then if the Scott hits just right, then they're gone. But it feels like the AoE is a little bit over the top. Yeah, but it was the right tool for the job. It's for Crossroads. I felt like this game dragged out way too long. I feel like the map design should allow triple caps more easily. But yeah, other than that, it's fine.
Yeah. You have any questions, Tightrope?
Oh, do you regret putting your mechanized truck so far back? You barely ever got a chance to use the repairs from it.
Oh yeah, good point. I should have put it a little bit more forward towards the center. At some point, I had my Panther back in base repairing it, and I set it up right next to it. So yeah, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have gotten it sooner. But yeah, the overall issue was still that I couldn't inflict that amount of manpower bleed to him than what he did to me. The LAIG though did amazing, but that was not enough.
It's one of the few performances from the LAIG that was notable.
I think it's pretty good. Like it's a perfect addition to any OKW OKW army. I don't know. That's the reason why I don't like mechanized that much. It feels like a dead end in terms of tacking. But the LAIG is just perfect with smoke, and it got veterancy quite fast, and it cleared the MGs and the AT guns and everything. So I think it's just really, really useful.
Any other questions, Tightrope?
No, that's it from me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to kind of like close off here. But both of you guys, DevM, Luvnest, thanks so much for putting on like an amazing series for us to cast. I think that's
Devin, will it ever end, our struggle, or is it eternal? It feels like okay, I don't know if you played Diablo, but there's like this endless war going on between heaven and hell, and it's like you must represent hell, I guess.
What? Why am I hell?
Just kidding, but yeah, we'll see each other again, I guess.
Yeah, next tournament.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys, both of you, for just giving us some insights into the game, and just for being awesome as always. You can follow, by the way, both DevM and Luvnest. They have Twitch channels. They have Twitters. Go and check them out. I think you guys have YouTubes as well. Am I right?
Oh no, I don't
No,
know.
I don't.
Okay, well, I mean, if you guys want to write in chat, any links to your social media and stuff, I'll happily share it, and I'll definitely give you guys a shout out at the moment. So, is that right, Devin? Is that your Twitch?
Yeah, it is. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I think it does a 3 instead of the E, but it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah. DevM was taken, goddamn, that day.
You just sent a bunch of reviewers that way. But yeah, thanks to both of you. Really, really appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you next week, DevM. And Luvnest, look forward to seeing you next tournament, I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, thanks for casting, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the cast.
Well played.
GG's.
All right, Tightrope. Any parting words for our viewers? Any words of wisdom?
No, just make sure you don't miss next weekend. It's going to be some excellent action. I
agree. Yeah, next weekend's going to be insane. Final thank you to all of the viewers that turned up today to watch Relic Entertainment on Twitch, and also to stick with us on this channel. Thanks to the host, for the host again. It is 2 p.m. GMT, Saturday the 21st of November. That's 3 p.m. CET, 6 a.m. PT. I'm going to let you guys figure out if you're on a different time zone. Yeah, just have a great week watching all the VODs from the tournament so far. Get hyped, get prepared. The final 4 people in this tournament are Nagano, Isildur, DevM, and Asiamint. And, actually, I'm just having a look at the seeding for this event. Nagano, Luvnest, Isildur, Asiamint. Seeding is pretty tight here, pretty good. and it's just going to be so insane, really. All right, let's close up the stream. I will host or raid someone, so you guys don't have to go anywhere. We'll see who else is on at the moment.